Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. It's Politi-tics on a Saturday night, and we got a new president. What do you say about that? What's going on? How is everybody? How's the world? How's politics? How are things? What's your social security number? You tell me. How are things going with you? Amanda says, family, good to see you. UntetheredLive family, good to see you. I hope everybody had a good day. Happy Saturday. Hi, Jake. How are you tonight? I'm prickly, and I'm angry, and I'm ready to rock and roll. I got some stuff I got to talk about. We're going to talk about it later. Amanda says, hell yeah, get it, Trump. MAGA, MAGA. Trump train. Now, let's hope everyone don't fight against him like they did last time and let him get some shit done. Get it, Trump. I'm with you. I agree 100% with that sentiment. Linda Davis, you're the first one in chat. You get the gold star. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome to the show. She says, hi, Amanda. Amanda says, Linda, here's your gold star. And a smiley face with starry eyes. That's a very trippy smiley face. I like it. She says, hi, Linda. Hun, good to see you. Cosmo, what's up, brother? My cuz Cosmo from the country. Cosmo says, hello, go Trump. I'm with you, buddy. I think he did a great job. He won everything. I think it might still be up in there. I might be a little hyperbolic in the title. I think maybe the House is still debating on whether or not who's going to be in charge, but they are neck and neck. I mean, it might as well be over. We'll see. I think it's going to work out on the Republican side. And if it does, which I think it will, they will run the gambit. They'll have control of everything. And so that brings the question, okay, they've got the House. They've got the Senate. Everybody's on board. The Trump train is rolling. What's he going to do? Well, we'll talk about that tonight. Earlier tonight, our brand new secret investigative team, UntetheredLive crack team, uncovered some evidence, a statement from Donald Trump, and it's coming into the studio now. Yes, I think it is. Breaking, we got some breaking news. I will get to that in just a moment. First, this episode is brought to you by this here hot cup of coffee. Don't you want to have a cup with me and talk about politics? If so, go to the kitchen, pour yourselves up a nice hot cup of coffee, and let's get this conversation rolling down the tracks. If you don't have a cup, you can get one in the description below. I recommend the first one. It has my face on it. It's fantastic. You can't go any wrong with that. Amanda says, hello, Cosmo. Oh, by the way, like, subscribe, share, support, join, and super chats are available in the chat box if you want to show a little bit of love. Throw a little bit of flash my way. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Amanda agrees with me. Like, subscribe, share, support, join, super chat. Yep. Oh, and CashApp if you want to use that. $ jakejohnsonband at paypal.me/ jakejohnsonband. paypal.me/ jakejohnsonband. Try to say that 3 times real fast. It's hard. Linda says, I hope you are setting in nicely. If you need anything, just reach out. I'm reaching. Cosmo says, hell yeah. Patty Donahue, hello, darling. She says, I had some juking going on with that intro. You like the intro? That's my favorite harmonica player. He's a good dude. Very nice. I don't even know his name. It's like Willie Lemons or something like that. Willie Lemons, I think it is. Amanda says, thanks, Linda. I'm getting there. It's so beautiful and peaceful here. I feel complete now. Oh, did you watch Jerry Maguire? I think you did. Amanda says, hi, Patty. And Cosmo says, I hope so. Josh H., welcome. He says, hello, everyone. Greetings. Hello, John H. I said Josh. I meant John. I can read. I'm not having a stroke. Maybe. Amanda says, hi, John. Patty says, hi, Amanda. Linda says, hi, John, Cosmo, and Patty. Cosmo says, hi. A lot of that going on, Cosmo. Aaron, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Long time no see. How you doing? Peace. Or whatever that means. I gotcha. That's a game we played in high school. Turns out you can get in trouble by doing that. Amanda says, hi, Aaron. Good to see you. Aaron says, yo, Amanda. Patty says, hi, Linda. Aaron says, what does the background say? Everything. It says it all. Oh, yeah. I wanted a background that represented what I was going to be talking about, and that's it. Everything. Whatever comes up. Tonight, we got a Truth Social post from Donald Trump outlining his first 10 steps to destroy and dismantle the deep state. And I'm going to read it to you guys, and we're going to discuss it, if you wish. But it's a good little piece, and I think it's promising. I think it shows moxie. It shows that he understands what he's doing. He's got a plan. It's not just willy-nilly. He's not just meandering into the White House. There's things going to happen. Well, I saw a post from Joe Rogan this morning that said, well, shit. And if you read the headline, it says that Hamas just entered into talks to stop war. Didn't Donald Trump say he was going to stop the wars before he even took the office? Well, it looks like he's on his way to getting that done. I don't know if it's going to be successful, but they're starting it. It's happening. A man of his word, Donald Trump is. I know Democrats hate that too. They hate it. He's doing what now? Well, he couldn't get that done. How's he doing it? I heard a woman say on TV this afternoon, she was a person who ran for Congress or something like that, or governor maybe. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, she said, I was in the car with my 12-year-old daughter, and she was crying, and I asked her what was wrong, and she says, Donald Trump just became president. What happens if I get raped and have to have an abortion? My 12-year-old said that to me. And I'm like, you do know how the 12-year-old gets those ideas in her head? Who taught her that? Where did she even hear that from? I bet it was from your big fat mouth. How about that? How about be a better parent? How about introduce your child to God and not to demons that might arise in the future that no one could ever predict? That's a good idea. Let's try that. Oh, it's been done? What? It was better in the 80s? Then they took God out of school and look what happened? I feel like I'm on hyperbole right now. Anybody else? Anybody with me? I'm hearing things that just don't square with the way that I see the world. What is going on? I'll tell you what's going on. The Republicans swept the board, and the Democrats are losing their freaking minds. They don't know how to take it because they were sure that they're going to control the world. They're not. It's not going to happen. Welcome to the hyperbole, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, sorry. Wrong show. Hi, I'm Jake, and I'm an alcoholic. No, not that meeting? Okay. Here we go. This in from Donald Trump. I'm going to read it to you. You guys tell me what you think. The end of the deep state. President Trump's plan to dismantle the deep state and return power to the American people. Here's my plan to dismantle the deep state and reclaim our democracy from Washington corruption once and for all. And corruption it is. Donald Trump knows who his people are. He knows what's going on around him. First, he says, I'm reading this from my phone, by the way, so pardon me for looking down. First, he says, I will immediately reissue my 2020 executive order restoring the president's authority to remove rogue bureaucrats, and I will wield that power very aggressively. Go Trump. I'm scared, and I'm not even a bureaucrat. I'm afraid I'll lose my job. Get him, Trump. Second, we will clean out all of the corrupt actors in our national security and intelligence apparatuses, Trump. You got to do the little apostrophe thing. And there are plenty of them. And the departments and agencies that have been weaponized will be completely overhauled so that faceless bureaucrats will never again be able to target and persecute conservatives, Christians, or the left's political enemies, which they are doing now at a level that nobody can believe even possible. It's the greatest corruption ever. No one's ever had a corruption like I have. I hold the record on corruption. I do a terrible Trump impression, by the way. Anyway, G-Man, welcome to the show. Well, he may be a felonious bitch that deserves prison, but I'll give you a Yankee dime if you know what the word felonious means. I bet you think it means he's a felon, right? Moron. Anyway, third, we will totally reform FISA courts. That's the Freedom of Information Act courts that allow them to issue warrants to get personal information from people that they shouldn't be allowed to do ordinarily. I will totally reform FISA courts, which are so corrupt that the judges seemingly do not care when they are lied to in warrant applications. So many judges have seen so many applications that they know are wrong, or at least they must have known. They do nothing about it. They're lied to. They're lied to. It's fake news. Fourth, to expose the hoaxes and abuses of power that have been tearing our country apart, we will establish a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Oh, whoa, Donald Trump. We don't need a Truth Commission. We didn't need it then. We don't need it now. Easy with the titles. You're going to start sounding a little facetious. You know what I'm saying? But this one is different. Truth and Reconciliation Commission to declassify and publish all documents on deep state spying, censorship, and corruption. There are plenty of those. So the good thing is this isn't what it sounds like it is, because it sounds like he's going to be the arbiter of truth. Well, who says it's true? Us or them? Truth is just truth. It doesn't matter which side you're on. Anyway, that's not what he's talking about. He's talking about declassifying classified documents that are about spying on American citizens, which is a good thing. Fifth, we will launch a major crackdown on government leakers who collude with the fake news to deliberately weave false narratives and to subvert our government and our democracy. When possible, we will press criminal charges. Mika Brzezinski, Joe, better watch out. I think he's coming for you. Sixth, we will make every Inspector General's office independent and physically separate from the departments that they oversee, so that they do not become the protectors of the deep state, which is what they do anyway. And also they hire into jobs which they were previously hired to look over, and then they leave that job and they go to the job that was looked over by them so that they can then do the thing that they were looking over them not to do. It's a very big, vicious cycle, such as pharma. Seventh, I will ask Congress to establish an independent auditing system to continually monitor our intelligence agencies to ensure that they are not spying on our citizens or running disinformation campaigns against the American people, or that they are not spying on someone's campaign like they did mine when they wiretapped my phones. I don't know if that was ever established, but guess what? They were spying on him. Eighth, we will continue the effort launched by the Trump administration to move parts of the sprawling federal bureaucracy to new locations outside of the Washington swamp, which is fabulous. Think about that. Just as I moved the Bureau of Land Management to Colorado, as many as 100,000 government agents, as many as 100,000 government positions can be moved out. And I mean immediately out of Washington to places filled with patriots who love America, and they really do love America. Ninth, I will work to ban federal bureaucrats from taking jobs at the companies they deal with and that they regulate. That's what I was talking about earlier. So they deal with these companies and they regulate these companies, and then they want to take jobs from these companies. Doesn't work that way, buddy. Such a public display cannot go on. It's taking place all the time, like with Big Pharma, as I said. And finally, says Trump, I will push a constitutional amendment to impose term limits on members of Congress. Get those old geezers out of here. I like it. This is how I will shatter the deep state and restore government that is controlled by the people, for the people. Amen. Thank you very much. That's Donald Trump's post. I hope you found that informative. Discuss. What do you think? What is your favorite parts of that? How do you think it works? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think he can achieve all of that? What is a deep state, asks Aaron. Well, a deep state are the shadow people that are behind the scenes that are causing all the things to actually occur that nobody ever talks about. The judges and the senators and the congressmen and the people who meet in back rooms and make deals outside of the established way of doing things, and then suddenly you have FBI who is turning on American citizens, that sort of thing. That's the deep state. You probably know quite a few of them, or at least have seen them. Cosmo says, or school, right? Take prayer out of school. This is the problem you get. And also the school teaches the children these things. Amanda says, right on, Jake. Well, see, the thing, Cosmo, is that if you're an attentive parent, you know what your kid's being taught because you paid attention. Cosmo says they took God out of school in the 70s. Yes, and from the 70s till now, it has been steadily going downhill. And if you go look for everywhere they take God out of something, like when they took the 10 Commandments out of the courthouse in the 80s, if you go every time they do that, it gets worse for everybody. Go back before that to the 50s, 60s, early 70s, we had a pretty decent little country going on here. A lot of upward mobility, you know, which is what Trump means when he says make America great again. He means to put God back in schools and to make people make money again. Has nothing to do with race. They like to twist that word, but that's not what he's talking about. G-Man is being hilariously inappropriate. So guess what? You get banhammered. That's how that works. I don't even get to read your posts. So that was all done in vain. I have no idea what you said, and I don't care. How about that? Amanda says, hi, G-Man. Welcome. See? You get banned. You were offered an olive branch. Someone was nice to you, and you shit on my show. You don't get to stay here when you do that. It's simple. Amanda says, G-Man, if you can't be respectful, I can and will remove you. And so she did. I see that already. It don't take long. My mods don't put up with that. I never even get to see it. I see message deleted, message deleted, message deleted. I have no idea what kind of nonsense you're spewing. Amanda says, you can say what you like, just be respectful. That's right. If you have a difference of opinion with the guy talking with the microphone, the guy that owns the microphone, you can tell me what you think, and I will read it out loud for everybody to hear, and I will discuss it with everyone. You have your right to your opinion. What you cannot do is get nerdy or get disrespectful to, there's a lot of ladies in here, and I don't play that game. So if you start doing that nonsense, if you start trying to troll, you're out. Simple. No second chances. You're gone. Pow. It's over. That's why her name is Banhammer, and she ain't afraid to use it. Amanda says, see ya. And smash that like button, y'all. Yes, there are 24 people in chat. There's only 8 likes. Come on, people, hit that like button. It's easy. Hit the 3 dots and select like. D. Lynette Thomas says, are you serious? I think so. Last time I checked. I mean, I could be a little bit middling, but I'm pretty sure I'm serious. Why? You got something to say? I'll listen. Amanda says, hi, D. Lynette. Welcome. And D. Lynette says, how can he dismantle the agencies? Because he is the president. I don't know if you've heard about this guy or not, but all of those agencies work at the pleasure of the president. And the president can write down on a little piece of paper, no more FBI, period, Donald J. Trump. And the FBI goes, poof. Because that's his department. That's what he does. That's how he does it. Dead serious. Cosmo says definitely need term limits on Congress. I agree with that 100%. I think people get complacent. They get dug in like ticks, and they get set on ideas, and the world moves on, and they're stuck in their ideas. And then you get Nancy Pelosi, who's at best drunk with no teeth and pushing for some pretty outdated things. John says he's going after all the judges. He should. Those judges are corrupt, and they don't answer to anybody except him. And when the president is corrupt, they just get away with everything they do. He should go after them. He should bring a little bit of order back to the system. This is a 3-branch government, not a 4-branch government, despite what you've been told in the media. Fab Daddy says, full mariachi band next. I hear you, buddy. Hey, Fab Daddy, how you doing? Amanda says, hi. And Fab Daddy says, next door. Oh, next door to you? Like the whole thing, maracas and all? Pretty cool. D. Lynette Thomas says, nope, he means make America white again. Nope, that's not what he means. I just covered that a few minutes ago. You're a moron. Move on. P. Diddy, welcome. Trump 2028. Well, that's not possible, P. Diddy, but thank you. I wish it was possible, but it's not. He's got 4 more years. That's it. I hope he does a lot of changing in that 4 years. Fab Daddy says, hey, Amanda, and hi, Jake. What's up, Fab? Good to see you, buddy. And by the way, D. Lynette Thomas, I'm guessing you're probably not white, or maybe you are like a white liberal chick. Look around. Look around, like for real. Stop yapping your lips and pay attention to the world around you. In this country, there's only like 14, 15% of the population that is not white. It's already white again. So that doesn't make any sense at all what you're saying. If you children only knew what you sounded like to an educated person who's actually seen the world, you would stop talking. Amanda says, hi, P. Diddy, welcome. Did you get out of jail free? Did you do it? We all want to know, did you do it? I'm just kidding. Thanks for the sub, P. Diddy. Amanda says, thanks, P. Diddy. And Amanda says, I like the play on the name. Oh, it's D. Pity. I see. I didn't even see it. It just went into my brain as P. Diddy. Sorry, D. Pity. Got it. I'm with you. I'm on it. Cosmo says, I can be disrespectful to Jake. It's a family thing. Ain't that right, Big Ed? Yep, because you know if you get too disrespectful, I'll go off in your mouth. But I love you anyway. Emma B says, but I don't know if I like it yet. Please talk about the Department of Education. Well, Emma B, the Department of Education is totally gone bonkers. There's a teachers union. I don't know everything about the Department of Education, but what I understand is the teachers union have gotten themselves in such a way that they can't be fired, and the Department of Education is facilitating all of this nonsense that's going on that's causing all the schools to buckle under. If you go back 100 years, the schools were much, much smaller. I realize there were less people here, but bear with me. The classrooms were much, much smaller, and they studied physics and algebra and science and spelling and English, grammar. When's the last time you heard anybody even use proper grammar? That's the Department of Education did that. They dumbed everything down to an even keel so that everybody could be equally stupid. Nothing special rises to the top. 100 years ago, by the time you were 12 years old, you needed to know how to build and use a sextant. Do you even know what a sextant is? Do you know what an abacus is? So you understand, I'm not a big fan of the Department of Education, and I think they should be removed. I think we should let individual communities school their children as they see fit. But that's just my 2 cents. What are your 2 cents? What do you think about it, and what are your fears, Emma? Cosmo's laughing. Amanda says, hi, Emma, welcome. D. Lynette says, is he going to implement 2025 and fire current civil servants? No, you idiot. Donald Trump is not affiliated with Project 2025. That is a Heritage Foundation document that was written a long time ago. They're just trying to tie it to Donald Trump to make him look bad, even though it has nothing to do with him and he has nothing to do with it. It's not a thing. Amanda said, LOL, Cosmo. D. Lynette says, the judges were appointed by Trump and McConnell. No. The judges that you're thinking about are the Supreme Court judges. Those are not the ones that guy was talking about. He's talking about the FISA court judges who have been there since Clinton. Amanda says Project 2025 has nothing to do with Trump, and Trump has nothing to do with Project 2025. Right. Why does everybody keep bringing that up when nobody has ever heard Donald Trump say anything on Project 2025? Ever. Other than he didn't know what it was. John from Washington, I guess that's Washington. With Trump securing Section 230 to open the channels of free speech against the big tech oligarchies, do you think this could help UFO, UAP whistleblowers such as myself? Well, John, I think that you pretty much have free run of the board as it is. You can say whatever you want to say. And yes, we do need to bring the internet back to the way it was intended to be back in the 90s when it was the Wild West and it had nothing to do with reality. It was all a separate thing that people like me would get involved in, and we liked it. And it was our little escape from the world that we could go do whatever we wanted to do and go see what we wanted to see. And now they just want to control everything. We need to stop that. I agree with that. And if you want to talk about things that don't exist, that's your business. And I support your right to do so. And I would even have a conversation with you about it. They shouldn't control your right to speak. Dylan that says, you insulted me. I am not a moron. Well, there's only one O in the first part of that word and one O in the second part of that word. So it's moron, not moron, which indicates race, because a Moor is the black people that lived in England. But you wouldn't know that. And I apologize for insulting you. If stating the obvious is insulting, I'm sorry. That was not my intention. Amanda says, hi, John, welcome. And John says, hey, Amanda. Nice. Dylan that says, your birth rates are down. How do you know? I could be slinging babies every weekend. You don't know. You don't know how I roll. D. Pitty says, smiley face. Emma B says, hi, Amanda. And John Smith says, yo, what's up, John? You're not anonymous at all, are you, buddy? John Smith. I like it. Amanda says, LOL, Jake. John Smith says, I'll slap the mustache off your face. Will you come on down here anytime you want to, buddy? And you'll find out that that's not as easily done as said. But if you want to try, come on. I'm ready. You ready? Have you ever had your ass whipped before? But you're welcome to try. This is a pretty strong mustache. Cosmo's crying, laughing at the thought of that, by the way. Amanda says, you come back to get booted again, John Smith? Clearly. John says, one more joke. Well, bring it on, John. Amanda says, I'd like to see you try, John Smith. Well, big men have tried and succeeded, but more have failed than succeeded, I promise. I don't know if you know this about me. My cool demeanor on a television screen doesn't do justice to the fact that I will kill you. If you're around me, you know that. We don't play those games. I meant that metaphorically, by the way. I'm not threatening your life. D. Lynette says, your problem? I have a problem? Wait a minute. I've got a great following of people that love to listen to me talk. And I've got a great channel. And I've got a great job and a great house and a great family. How have I got a problem? But go ahead. I'm happy, by the way. And excited. And I have a mustache that men would die for. That guy even threatened to just take it a minute ago. That's how jealous he is. What say you, D. Lynette? Your problem is you are worried about the browning of America. Also, America was stolen from the indigenous people. Well, see, D. Lynette, that you're showing how unintelligent you actually are, because I am one of those indigenous people that you're speaking of, and you don't know who they are. And you don't know why the things happened that happened. Let me tell you a little something about conquest. Since the day that men have begun to walk upon the earth. They have been conquesting one another for generations untold. This is the nature of the world. It hasn't stopped. It will continue. It's happening right now in the Middle East, by the way. People conquer people, and then that people becomes a different people, and then they grow into strength, and then they conquer somebody or get conquered. That's how it works. The indigenous people were conquered. They're still here. They bred into the society. KKK is a joke. It was popular for about 20 minutes in the 40s and had been used by the Democrats ever since to do the things that they want to do and not tell people that they're doing. While you're looking into it, dealing it, why don't you look at who all of the grand wizards of the Ku Klux Klan were and who all of the members of the Congress and the White House and the Senate and the governors. Look at who were Ku Klux Klansmen in the day. And you might be surprised to find out that it's your team that does all of that, not mine. Also, you're the only one here talking about race. Ring a bell? I don't think. Emma says, is the Department of Education getting disbanded? Probably not, because it's a moneymaker. But I would say it's probably going to get paired. Might get paired a little. Again, I don't know. I don't know a lot about the Department of Education. But what I do know is that, things have to change. John Smith says, this guy's my grandpa. Well, if I was your grandpa, I'd turn you over my knee, young whippersnapper. D. Pitty says, don't touch his beautiful stash. Cry. Power for the mustache. Yeah, that was directed at you, dealing it. John from Washington says, I still can't understand why the UAP Board of Congress needs Adam Schiff. Well, there's your problem on the council. He does nothing to help the ufology community. Well, Adam Schiff is a shifty fella. He's apropos. His name is apropos. Appropriately named. That's what I was trying to say. It wouldn't surprise me at all to know that he was there to stop you from talking. Or getting it. Here's the thing. First of all, there's no such thing as UFOs. You got to know that. You got to know that we built that or somebody did, right? There are things in the sky we don't understand. They're not from another planet. They're from this one. Just so you know that. If you know that, if you're sure you got your goggles on and you can see reality, it's technology that we made. Well, I say we. I don't mean us Americans. I mean us people made. And I'm almost 100% sure that the governments of the world don't want you knowing anything about it. Because I'm almost 100% sure that if it's something that they're doing it in secret, and they're doing it in secret for a reason. So pay attention. We need you guys out there snooping, though, because you uncover things, sometimes unknowingly, but you're out there. You're in the world. You're seeing things, and that's good. Never listen to Adam Schiff, though. That guy's a liar. Amanda says, you wish that I was his grandpa. Emma B says, I like an abacus. Me too, Emma. I like an abacus. It's a very accurate way of making quick calculations. Fab Daddy says, I only have 4 more hours of the accordion to listen to. Oh, my. What do you guys got, a bar mitzvah going on over there or something? What's happening, Fab Daddy? Tell me about it. By the way, if you guys hadn't seen the brand new Untethered Live Facebook page, go by Untethered Live Facebook page. Is facebook.com/UntetheredLive family. That's it. The link is in the chat. Go check it out. It's a great way to keep up with everybody here on a personal level and keep up with all things Untethered Live Universe. Right there on Facebook. Go check it out. Thank you. Dealing says, no, the federal judges. Which ones would you be referring to? Because the federal judges are all of them in Washington. I think you don't understand what federal means. Emma B says, but what about JD? What about JD? I think JD kind of came out of nowhere. He's got a book, and he's got a movie that was made on that book. He seems like an all right guy. He's not at all weird, but he does wear eyeliner, and that's concerning. So you tell me, is he a good guy? He's living proof that you can have the wrong opinion about a good guy. You say when he first was involved with all the Congress and stuff, he bought into the lines just like everybody else did. Donald Trump's the devil. Then he got to seeing that ain't necessarily true, that Donald Trump did a lot of great things and that he's being actively lied to by everybody. And so slowly but surely he got red-pilled and became a supporter. This has happened many times by many different people, including people in Hollywood. So I would recommend strongly that you don't use that as a measurement to judge a person's character, because people get lied to all the time in Congress and in D.C. in general. D-Lynette says, that's a lie. He is listed in the 2025 over 300 times, and J.D. Vance wrote the foreword. So, first of all, if J.D. Vance wrote a foreword to a book that was made from a document that exists, that book is new. It is not from the document. He didn't write a foreword to a document. He wrote a foreword to a book that talks about the document that already existed. So you don't seem to understand how writing works. Now, that was also before he became the vice president. Now, why wouldn't you say, if J.D. Vance wrote the foreword, why wouldn't you say then, well, is J.D. Vance involved with Project 2025? No, you say Donald Trump. Why? Because that's the guy, the big fish you want to catch. That's the guy you want to hurt. Donald Trump had never heard of 2025 until you people started bringing it up every day. It doesn't matter that they know who he is. Their Heritage Foundation, they're probably looking for the best thing for the country and writing it in their documents. I don't agree with them. I haven't read the whole document. What I read of it is a little bit strenuous, but everybody's entitled to an opinion just like you are. So what gives you the right to question their opinion? They are not questioning yours. John from Washington says, 100%, sir. I loved the free speech days of the internet in the 80s and 90s. Yes, sir. It was fantastic. There was all kinds of wicked stuff going on, and I loved every minute of it. I had a BBS board back in the day. That'll tell you how long I've been a nerd. Rex, the funny-looking lizard, says, Scotland is home. Well, aye, boy. Top of the morning. Oh, that's Irish. Sorry. Oh, aye, cheeky monkey. How about that? Nope, that's late night TV. I don't have anything for Scott, but I like your name and I like the fact that you're from Scotland. Welcome, Scotland. Your flag is a lot like my flag, if you get my drift. Emma B says JDV on 2025. Yeah, I've heard that he was involved in that. But he's not the president. Again, he's the vice president, which has very little power, as you can see by what Kamala Harris has not done. Amanda says, hi, Rex, welcome. D-Lynette says, not you personally. Your demographics, birth rate are low. You mean male? I wonder why. Maybe because there's not a lot of screwing going on. You ever wonder why that is? Could it be because you've forsaken beauty for arrogance and cockiness and smart-mouthness and the inability to cook? Maybe it's not our fault that the birth rates are low. Maybe it's your fault. Thank you, Mr. P, for the $10 super chat. God bless you, sir. Congrats on the Trump win, my fellow Americans. Much love, gang. Hey, Mr. P, hope you're having a good day at work, sir. I'm trying to... There we go. I got it. Now it won't stop doing that thing. All right, I'm back. Thank you for the super chat. MLB says, we are not white. We just look that way. No, we're actually peach, but nobody's assaulting the coloring book. Or the crayons, rather. You ever tried to color a white person? It's not very easy. Blair, hello, greetings from Iraq. Greetings. Welcome, Iraq. Come on in. Duck. Sorry. There's a reflex. Amanda says, D-Lynette, because we have too many transgender and gay people walking around, taking puberty blockers and shit. That would be another reason why birth rates are low, because we're sterilizing ourselves. I mean, let's get real. It's okay if you want to be queer or gay or transgender. I don't care what you do. Just don't get any of it on me. I don't care who you sleep with. But you might want to think about this sterilizing yourself thing a little bit further than what immediately gratifies you, because what you're effectively doing is ending your future when you do that. No future. No you in the future. No part of you in the future when you do that. So it might be gratifying immediately. You might, oh, look, I feel more feminine. You just ruined your entire bloodline. Thanks. Next. How many of those before we don't have people anymore? Emma B says 30s. 30s were nice. Amanda says, hi, Blair, welcome. And D. Lynette says, you are hilarious. Well, thank you, D. I appreciate that. I try. You're hilarious, too. And thank you for the fodder. Mr. P says, God bless you all. Go Trump. Thank you, Mr. P. How you doing, John? You doing all right? We miss you, buddy. A long time no see. I feel like I hadn't talked to you in a month. Blair says the Ku Klux Klan was founded in reaction to the Confederates' loss in the Civil War. No, it was not. Who told you that? First of all, the Ku Klux Klan was started by the Southern Democrats of Alabama. That's where it began. Now, when it began, it was a good idea. Bear with me. When it began, the founders, the original founders, had a good idea. They wanted to protect what was theirs. It didn't take very long, though, before they corrupted that system, and then people of power started joining, and next thing you know, you've got a corrupt system on your hands that are doing the exact opposite of the thing they tried to do in the beginning, which is the way all things tend to work. But you're incorrect. This had nothing to do with Confederates. Just because some of those idiots ride around with rebel flags on their trucks because they're from Georgia doesn't mean that they were involved. Amanda says, hi, Mr. P. And Linda Davis says, hi, Mr. P. Good to see you. Walter Davis says, good evening, all. Hey, Walter, what's up, brother? How are you faring, sir? Hope you're doing well. I miss you. Cosmo says the Republicans stopped slavery. That's correct. It's the Democrats in the Deep South that wanted slaves. But, of course, they don't teach that now. No, they teach that the exact opposite of what actually occurred. First of all, the war was not about slavery. Yes, slavery was there because it was everywhere. It was the norm. But it was about commerce. It was about cutting off supply lines and our inability to want to starve to death willingly. And that's what started that war, the Civil War. If you really want to see a racist flag, go look at the Georgia State Seal. That's a real racist flag. Not that stars and bars thing that everybody gets all hyped up about. It's not the same thing. Do a little research. You'll find out that that was only flown in battle, and it was only flown Confederates against Northerners over commerce. It's not racist. I'll die on that hill, by the way. Well, I can't read your messages, dealing it. If you retract them. Amanda says, hi, Walter. Mar, welcome. I saw something fly by my plane last week. So fast it was unbelievable. And then I saw another plane, and the first object was moving 10 times quicker. Amazing. I can do that with drone. That's fantastic. It's cool that you got to see something so rare. I, for one, have never seen anything in the sky that didn't belong there, but I would love to see a UFO. By the way, a UFO to somebody is just an FO. It's only a UFO to you because you don't know what it is. To somebody, it's just a FO. Somebody built that thing. Believe me, they don't just appear. Amanda says, hi, Mar, welcome. Walter Davis says, hi, Jake, Linda, Amanda, Mr. P, Blair, Emma, John, Cosmo, and Lynette. Sorry, my chat jumped. Got to find where I was at. Smash that like button, everybody. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Show the world we're alive. That's what we want. All right, here we go. I find it. Walter says, hi, Mar. Kevin Bernard. Hello, Jake from New Jersey. Hello, Kevin. Good to see you from New Jersey. Welcome to the show. What say you about the world and its inevitable demise? Oh. Amanda says, smash that like button, everybody. Just a tip, just a tip, just a tip. Hi, Kevin. Locke. Hey, Locke. I would vote J.D. Vance 2028 if I was American. I hear you, Locke, and that's possible. I mean, Donald Trump has 4 more years, and that's all he can do. He can, though, set up a legacy, and if he does it properly, if he sets up a good cabinet and he makes change happen under that MAGA movement that he created, and he sets up the right people to run in his stead, he can continue that legacy for the next 20 years by putting the right people in charge. Only he can do that, though, and only he can do it if he does it exactly right. If he makes one misstep, a Democrat will be back in and it'll all be over, just like it was in 2020. Amanda says, hi, Locke, and welcome. Walter says, hi, Locke, and hi, Kevin. Locke says, hi, everybody. Kevin says, hello, Walter. Walter says, so, what do you wear under the kilt? LOL. I wear nothing. Nothing at all. Maureen says, I didn't realize you were on. Surprise. How are you, Maureen? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's fat and happy. Well, happy. Sassy. Kevin says, hello, Maureen. Walter says, hi, Maureen. Cosmo says, I don't really want to know, Walter. What's under the kilt? Ugh. It's furry, whatever it is. I bet. That's my bagpipe. Aye. Amanda says, hi, Maureen. And woohoo, thanks, Mr. P. Maureen says, hi, Kevin, Walter, and Amanda. A lot of that in this chat. It's good stuff. Walter Davis says, ever hear the Scotsman song by John Denver? I have not. I bet it's good, though. John Denver was cool. Amy Bordeaux. Hi, all. Hey, Amy, how are you? Welcome to the show. Good to see you. What say you about the world? Kevin says, hello, Amy B. And Luke Russell shows up. People don't have to be baby makers. I hope you have the exact day you deserve. Thank you. And I have had the exact day I deserve, Luke. And you're correct. People don't have to be baby makers. However, if you'd like for a future to exist, probably should do your part and make a baby, because that's how the future happens. You understand how that works? The relationship between 100 years from now and now? If nobody are baby makers, nobody are babies. Nobody ever grows up and has babies. Nobody ever starts a future. So if you want your bloodline to end with you, power to you, buddy. There'll be room for my kids at the table. How about that? I don't care if you want to be a baby maker or not. I've made a few. Maureen says, hey, Amy. Amy says, hi, Kevin. And hi, Maureen. And Maureen says, hi, Jake. Amanda says, hi, Amy. Kevin says, horses fed. Stalls are clean, horses fed. Run around till she's dead. Something that rhymes with dead. Head. That's it. Walter says, it was all on the Georgia Guidestones. Population of less than 500,000. A good way to get there is a war and gays not reproducing. Well, guess what? Somebody inextricably blew up the Georgia Guidestones, and then they went and wiped them away really quickly and cleaned up all the evidence really quickly, kind of like some other things that occurred in other parts of the country. Never happened. Who knows? What? There was a bomb on American soil? Don't care. It's gone. We cleaned it up. You don't have to worry about that. It's an eyesore anyway. Don't pay attention. Go back to sleep. Walter Davis says, Kevin, yes. Amy says, Kevin, no. Heading to the barn in a minute. Maybe 2. Come on, stay with me a little longer, Amy. I'll miss you if you're gone. Show's not right without you. Amy says, hi, Amanda. Kevin says, LOL. John says, hi, Walter. Maureen says, the victor writes history. This is true. Unfortunately. Yes, oftentimes history has been skewered, and there's a good examples of that. If you look at the Hebrew history versus the Egyptian history about the same period of time, you can see a war that took place, and you can read all about it from both perspectives and religious views, and it is vastly different on both sides. Obviously, each side favors their own side, but that's just the way it is. So when you study history, you kind of got to look down the middle, find every source you can find, and then look down the middle to see what the truth actually was. There's a little bit of sleuthing involved and a whole lot of guesswork, because we really don't have any way of accurately recording history other than what we have to read. So it's kind of scary if you think about it. What could have been that just never got said? How many things happened before they started writing things down? Think about that. Walter says, hi, Amy. I was fixing fences this morning. Nice. Maureen says, states' rights. Amen. John says, hi, Mr. P. Walter says, stars and bars was a battle flag, not a flag of the Confederacy. Correct. You got it, Walter. Amy says, Walter, I was painting fence posts all day. Never-ending work, but I love it. I was moving stuff all day. That's what I did. And then I took a big nap and ate a big steak, and it was delicious. Thank you. And now I'm full of energy. Like a teapot. I'm a little teapot. Kind of short and stout. I was built to lift things. What can I say? Patty says, I've always been grateful for free speech because I've always been opinionated. Amen, Patty. And you should be. It's your right. People died so that you can spew off your opinions. I love it. Me too. Walter says, Amy, some people love farm life and some don't. I kind of like it. I kind of liked it when I was young and had the energy to do it. I'm not young anymore. Walter says, hi, Patty. And Patty says, hi, Walter. And Amy says, oh, I've heard an experience about 20 years ago. It was insane. Wait. Oh, I've had an experience about 20 years ago. It was insane. Okay, what? I'm spellbound. What are we talking about? What was your experience? Was it that kind of experience? Were you in college? Walter says, Kevin, you're from Jersey? What exit? Kevin says, LOL. Walter says, I work in Bedminster. Nice. Locke says, Vivek Ramaswamy and J.D. Vance are probably the future of the Republican Party. I would agree with that. I think Vivek Ramaswamy is a smart dude. And if it hadn't been for Donald Trump running, I probably would have voted for him. I feel like Ron DeSantis has lost his probability of being the nominee in the future of the Republican Party. Well, I think he probably plays it too safe. He's a great governor. He shouldn't leave Florida anyway. I think they need him in Florida. Kevin says, I live in West Long Branch, New Jersey. That's not the place where everybody walks around with no shirt on, right? Patty says, I have full trust in JD and Vice President Vance. I have full trust in JD, the Vice President. Has a huge opportunity to learn from good guys, I pray. Patty, I agree with you there. I think that he's young. I think he probably is just now learning how Washington actually works as opposed to what his idealistic view of Washington was when he got there. And I think he'll probably work out to be a very, very good, strong Republican politician. But we just have to wait and see, because I don't know anything about the guy, neither does anybody else, apparently. Cosmo says, celebrities lost all influence in this election. Not that they ever influenced me. People don't care what their opinions on politics are. Correct. Well, here's the thing. I'm talking to you celebrities, not anybody in the chat. You lie for a living. They pay you to tell stories and make it believable. Nobody gives a damn what you think. Nobody wants to hear your nonsense and your weird crystals or whatever the hell you're into. Nobody wants to watch you eat babies. Go do your thing, be pretty on screen, and shut up. How about that? Let people that deal with politics talk about politics. You don't know anything. You live in a bubble. You've never experienced a day of work in your life. You don't know what the rest of the country even looks like. Stay in Hollywood. Do your thing. You do you, boo. How about that? Walter says, West Long Branch is nice. I have a friend moving there. Kevin says, yeah, but it's expensive. It's expensive everywhere, Kev. Walter says, all of New Jersey is expensive. I left and went to Pennsylvania. Kevin says, true. And Linda says, yes, it is, Kevin. That's why we moved to Pennsylvania, where it's affordable. Justin Mellon, welcome to the show. He says, what do you think? Was this presidential election conducted properly? I don't think any election has been conducted properly since probably a long, long time ago. But it's irregardless. It has come down to whether or not you know how to play the game, and Donald Trump clearly knows how to play the game because he not only won the electoral vote, but he won the popular vote too, and that drives everybody crazy because they didn't expect him to be as popular as he is against them. So Donald Trump knew how to play the game, and he played it. By the way, while you're hating on Trump, if you're one of those people, and I don't know that you are, I'm just saying, those that are hating on Trump, just know that he was doing 4 rallies a day, every day, 7 days a week, right up until election night. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris was taking 2 days off after a podcast because she was tired. 2 days. 2 days she was off. More than once. Donald Trump's out there ramming it every single day, all day long. Go, 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 go. He's in North Carolina. He's in Pennsylvania. He's in Florida. He's in California. How did he get to California? Nobody knows. He just goes. That's why he won. Make no mistake about it. He outplayed the Democratic Party on every level. Simple. They couldn't cheat. There's nothing they could have done. He meant he was going to win, and he did. That's called good old-fashioned American ingenuity. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps mentality. Get out and get it done. Bite the bullet. Let's go. Good news is you can do that too, young fella. Get up early. Go to work. Keep working. Go to bed late. You will achieve everything you want to achieve in life. If you get married, you will achieve everything you want to achieve in life. Do it young, by the way. Don't wait. Yes, you're probably going to get a divorce because that's just the way the world is. But if you get lucky and you get the one that'll stick by you, you got something there, buddy. Walter says, but I got a cheap boat on Tom's River. Nice. Sorry, my chat jumped again. I got to find it. Here we go. Amanda says, hi, welcome. Just Mellon. Just Mellon says, sup. Walter says, Just Mellon, Trump had too much support to steal, so I think it was legit. I think it was as legit can be. But the bottom line is he outplayed them. He found out how they did it last time, and he was like, okay, well, let's play that game. If that's the way you want to do it? Fine, we'll do it that way. Notice that when they came to him and put up all these things, these rules about these debates that they were going to have, he was like, fine, I'll do it. I won't even ask for anything. I'll just show up. Wherever you want me, I'll be there. You want me to do podcasts? Fine. You want me to do Joe Rogan? Fine. I'll be there. Kamala, on the other hand, did not play that game that way, which is why she lost. What it is, what's up? He says, I identify as she. He and it. When you combine all that, I'm identifying as I am the shit. I hear you, brother. You are the shit. Maureen says that's why we, the people, need to copy and keep articles for our children's children. They are already changing the story from when they turned on Biden to when he resigned from running in favor of Harris. Yes, they are changing that. They're also making it sound like she ran a good campaign. She didn't earn one single vote. They installed her. She did not go through any primary. She didn't go win over the Iowa caucuses or run the gambit of all the different places. She didn't go talk to voters. She just got installed. That's not democratic at all, not even a little bit. That is fascistic as it comes, and nobody said anything. I mean, they did say things, but not the people that are in charge. Amanda says, I'm glad you like that steak. You definitely deserve it, Jake. It was delicious and huge. It was like bigger than my screen. It was big. I'm full. It's good to be full. It's good to be the king. Walter says, hi, what it is? Amanda says, hi, what it is? Chemtrail, hello. How are you, Chemtrail? Good to see you. Walter says, hi, Chemtrail. Da-da-da-da-da. What it is says, hello, Amanda. Amanda says, hi, Chemtrail. Chemtrail says, I just went West Long Branch yesterday. And Walter says, yeah, you're the friend I just mentioned today. So, yeah. Bah. Kevin says, I work there. Chemtrail says, hello, Walter. Maureen says, and politicians are simply actors. To some degree, that's true, which is why Trump upset the apple cart so bad, because he's not part of that club. They did not expect him to win the first time. They thought, this is hilarious. We'll run against this buffoon, this clown, and we'll just run him all over the place and use him like a mop across America. And when we're done with him, then we'll be the victors and everything will be great. They had no idea this guy could actually focus in and take them down. And that's what he did. He exposed the lot of them. 10 years ago, nobody knew anything about what happened in Congress or who they were, what their names were. They weren't on TV. You didn't think about them because they were just out there doing a thing. And we were in here doing a thing, and it was ne'er the twain shall meet. But then Donald Trump showed up, and he's like, that guy's Shifty Schiff. That guy's Crying Ted, or whatever he called. And then next thing you know, people are paying attention. Donald Trump did that. Don't make no mistake about it. The reason you understand what's happening in D.C. right now is because of Donald Trump. That's what they didn't expect. Amy said, your stuff out of the sky thing. Your stuff out of the sky thing. I was in Carina. I was in Carina, Maine, late at night, pitch dark, and a bright light zoomed down and followed my car. And of course, felt crazy, but months later, a friend was telling me, ... Interesting. John says, good night, everyone. Been doing double shifts, and been doing double shifts. I'll catch you next time. Bless you all. John H., thank you for being here. Get some rest. We love you. Amy says, he had experienced the same thing on the same road at the same time. Probably not the same time. I added that part. He experienced the same road, same thing. Wow. So you both saw a craft that the military didn't want you to see. That's interesting. Amanda says, good night, John. Walter says, Maureen, but they are all B or C actors, Sci-Fi Channel at best. Right. They're not very good at it, no. Kevin says, good night, John. And Maureen says, my family got smart in 65 and moved from New York to North Carolina. Right on. I'm in North Carolina, Maureen. Are you in North Carolina currently? Walter says, good night, John. Linda says, good night, John. Maureen says, true, Walter. Chemtrail says, we got the head, we got the Senate, and we got the House. Have they settled the House yet? Last I heard, they were still deliberating on a couple of seats. I hope they did. I hope they got it all. That's fantastic. Walter says, so much for the argument against the Electoral College. Right. 301 electoral votes so far. That's fantastic. Yeah, he definitely won. There's no way around it. He is, in fact, President-elect Donald Trump. There is no way to change it now. They're even starting to call him that on the news. Far cry from what they were calling him last week, which is pretty interesting because you get to see them people chewing on their lips, trying not to be angry. Looking like that. Everybody looks like that on camera right now. It's kind of funny. Don't believe me? Watch Morning Joe or watch Rachel Maddow. Good gracious. You don't talk about lost your mind? Trump derangement syndrome ain't a syndrome. Everybody's done went and lost their mind. From California all the way to Pennsylvania, they've all succumbed to Trump derangement mania. I wish I had one of those boo things. Boo. You know what I'm talking about? That's horrible. Thank you. Thank you for indulging me. Amanda, I can't read your messages if you retract them. Maureen says, yeah, but people actually wanted to go to Trump rallies. No one wanted to go see Harris. But they did because they thought Beyonce was going to be there, and that screwed her bad because that place was packed. And then Beyonce walked out, said about 3 seconds of words, and then turned around and walked off stage, and everybody was like, is she going to start singing now? Nope. Oh. Everybody came to see Beyonce. Nobody came to see Kamala Harris. So they all left. It was miserable. I loved it. See, stunts like that, not being tone deaf, not understanding the people you're talking to. That's the problem with Democrats. They don't seem to understand. They've lost touch with reality. And when they understand that, they might can pull back from it a little bit. Right now, they've gone off the deep end like lemurs, and everybody else ain't with it. You just have to wait and see. Sorry, my chat jumped again. There you go, John. Dana! Hello, Dana. Nice to see you. How are you doing? Patty says, I am so excited about the holidays coming this year. I want some really nice holidays for seeing and being with people. Absolutely, Patty, and thank you for bringing a little light and levity into this conversation. We need to start thinking about Christmas, everybody, and just New Year's and just holidays, just snow in general. Let's just be happy and red and frosty, and let's have a good holiday season, everybody. Let's love our families, love our Father, love each other, and have a great show every week. That's what we want. Thank you, Patty. Walter says, this time the Republicans won't be the ones blocking Trump and things will get done. I hope so. I hope you're right about that. Patty says, great dinner food. Amen. Dana says, greetings. Hey, Dana. How are you, sweetie? Nice to see you. It's been a long time. We miss you. Amanda says, hi, Dana, hon. And Patty says, greetings. Linda says, hi, Dana, heart. Walter says, hey, Dana. Look how much everybody loves you, Dana. Walter says, Kamala put her faith in the new twin supercharged motor on the fraud machine. It wasn't enough. That's right, brother. It wasn't enough. She stole the campaign, says Kim Drill. Well, kind of. Well, she didn't steal it. She was appointed it. They gave it to her. Outright and simple. There's no way to look about it any other way. She did not primary. She did not gain votes. She was the least popular person on the ticket. And they just installed her as running for president. Boop. There you go. No questions asked. No votes. Nobody gets to say. Just this one. We'll take this one. They're still trying to make Hillary Clinton happen. Kamala's just the latest version of that. It's not going to happen. And by Hillary Clinton, I don't mean female, just so you know. Michael Overfield says, hey, how are y'all? What's up, Michael? Good to see you. Kim Charles says, great discussion tonight, Jake. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm having fun myself. Amanda says, hi, Michael. And Dana says, hi, Linda Hart, Amanda Hart, Walter Hart. No heart for Jake. I love you too. Walter says, hi, Michael. Amy says, I looked up liberal in the dictionary last night. They are opposites. of what the definition is. Yes, absolutely true. They are. Dana says, Amanda, 300 rallies in 10 days is physically and mathematically impossible. Yeah, but if he did it, he did it. I don't know what the number is. I wouldn't even hazard to say, but I can tell you he was going to like 3 and 4 a day, every day, for at least 90 days out. If anybody does know the actual number of rallies, somebody let me know, because I don't know. But it seems high. Kim says, hello, Linda Davis. I hope you are well. Aw. Michael Overfield says, hi, Amanda and Walter. And John Smith says, your mustache is pissing me off. Well, you know what? It pisses me off on a regular basis, but I deal with it, mister, so you should too. Kim Trail says, I keep hearing that Obama left the country 2 days ago. Any news on that? I have not heard that. I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me because things are getting crazy right now around the world. But I don't have any information on that one. But the chat knows everything, so ask them. They probably heard something. Maureen says, and no one realized Congress always put in exceptions to laws for themselves, so laws applied to us but not them. Yes. By the way, did you know that the word Congress is opposite of the word progress? We don't have a progress. We have a Congress. We're congressing. We're going backwards, not forwards. Think about that for a minute. The party that calls themselves progressive is going backwards. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's the kind of wisdom I drop here on Untethered Live's Politi-tics. Look for it. It's coming. I don't know what any of that just meant, but it sounded good in my head, so I went with it. Walter says Trump's message was consistent wherever he went. Biden and Harris had different songs for every crowd, and it made them look fake. But it's because they are fake. No, they are fake. Kamala Harris puts on a different accent depending on who she's talking to. And that's not new. A lot of that type of politician does that. Like Hillary Clinton talking about carrying hot sauce in her pocket. I ain't in no ways tired. Listen, I have a southern accent, and that sounded fake to me. So come on. You're absolutely right about that, though. Trump hit the talking points. Every single rally he did is exactly the same, in exactly the same order, but the weave that he likes to talk about, he weaves in and out. That's what goes off script. Then he comes back to the script, and it's perfect. Maureen says, Walter, that's because they are fake. Right. Kim Trail says, true, Walter. And Patty says, I think they got scared and thought she could pull them out of it after Joe went down, but Kamala really could not get rid of the "this is too fun" smile. If she'd have just came out on stage with knee pads, she would have won. Simple. Own who you are. If you've not learned anything from Donald Trump, is that if you own what you are, nobody will judge you for it. But if you pretend it's not true, if you pretend you're the moral, just, upright person that you think you ought to be presented as, everybody will see it. And you will be labeled immediately as a phony. Everybody's red flags will go up. Donald Trump was like, yeah, I did it. So what? I'm a millionaire, billionaire, whatever. I'm handsome. Chicks dig it. What do you want me to say? That's how you handle it. Look at Charlie Sheen if you think I'm wrong. That man has done everything humanly possible to be wrong, and he's still adored by his fans. Amanda says 30, not 300. Okay. Did you write? Did I miss a chat? That's what she was responding to, 300? Yes, 30. Okay. Maureen says, now I'm in South Carolina. Well, you migrated a little. That's all right. I don't blame you, though. I don't like North Carolina either. Are you feeling better, Jake? Says Michael. Yes, I am. Thank you. I've been getting consistently better every day. I was getting pretty rough there for a little while. I don't know why. I just kind of went downhill. Crashed a little. But I'm getting better. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Amanda says, I got a nice glass of Get Over It and a big straw so you can suck it up, John Smith. Ha! Well, that's all right. My mustache will speak for itself. You don't have to defend it. Chemtrail says, we need to worry about a massive flood at the border and keeping Trump alive. Yeah, we do. But hopefully Trump is smart enough to hire security outside of the apparatus, like go to some Navy SEAL guys or something, like the, Jesse Ventura type Predator days, that kind of guy. Hopefully he doesn't just use the Secret Service, because they will get him killed, as they've already shown that they can most likely do pretty quickly. As far as the border, if Trump has a grasp on the reins of power, and if he writes an executive order that says shut the border, it will be shut, and there will be nobody else getting in. Kevin Cox, what's up, brother? How you doing? You guys having a good time? Walter Davis says, the worst is talking black and black. The worst is talking black in black communities and Harvard and white communities. Sure sign of fake as shit. That's right. I don't like that at all. Be who you are is what I say. Linda Davis says, yes, Chemtrail, God is good, and I have been blessed. Walter is off the hook for having to take care of me during recovery. Everything else, I got it covered, and thanks for asking. How are you doing, Linda? Are you doing okay? Amanda says, hi, Kevo. He hates it when you call him that. Amy says, and I know messages get mixed in, but I was listening to talk show guy George, is that Nori? Can't see that word for some reason. George Nori, whoever that is. I believe, and a caller had something on the same road one night. It can't be a coincidence. Yeah, there's weird things that happen for sure. I'm not doubting your experience whatsoever. I don't doubt that people have seen things they can't explain throughout history. I don't doubt that at all. However, apply a little common sense to it and understand that you live in a world that we have not left and no one has visited. So everything you see was built by us. And us, I mean people, not Americans. Might be the Chinese got some new stuff out there. I don't know. Might be the Russians. Might be somebody we've never even heard of. You don't know. I know that drones are kind of impressive to people from the 60s. What do you think? You think anybody ever see a Tesla from the 80s and think they were seeing something from Earth? Well, here's the thing you don't know. They had that technology in the 80s. They could do everything they're doing now in the 80s. How do I know that? Because if you have it, if your hands are on it, the military had it 50 years before you did. That's just the way it is. I.e. ArcNet. 50 years before the internet was made possible. They had it. Chemtrail says a third of our B-52s are headed to the Middle East. Biden still has his finger on the button. True. And it still might pop off at any minute. And that would be really good for them, because then Trump would have to inherit a war. Hopefully they don't take that route. I hope they realize it's over and they just bow out gracefully. Because they ginned all of that up, I assure you. None of that was a problem 10 years ago. Michael says, a gazoo? Yeah. Huh? Oh, you mean the... No, I mean the little party favor thing with the whistle. I guess you could call it a gazoo. That's weird. Man, the chat is popping tonight. You guys are awesome. Chemtrail says Beyonce is a freak. Yep. Oh. Hello, O. How do you suspect Trump will end the Ukraine-Russia war in 24 hours? Like, how will it happen? Well, I don't know, because I'm not Donald Trump, and I don't know the things that he knows. But I assure you, if he says he can get it done, he can get it done. Just wait and see. I mean, he won. So all you got to do now is wait and see, because it's going to happen. Or not. And then you'll know. Walter says, chemtrail, the 200K surge started falling apart when Trump won. Right on. And Amanda says, hi, welcome. And Dalton, whatever that last name is that Buchholz? Buchholz? Buttholes? Is that what it is? I don't know. Joe isn't well enough to become president, but he is well enough to stay president. Question mark. Correct. That's how you get out of an indictment. It's called the insanity plea. They've been doing it for years. Amanda says, hi, Dalton. Welcome. And Walter Davis says, Dalton, things that make you go, Things that put that little dimple in your chin. Amy says, I think I mentioned my dog got her Christmas dress. You did. How's that little puppy looking at Christmas dress? I bet it's beautiful. I bet it's adorable. You should send us pictures immediately. Chemtrail says, Trump will call Putin and Zelensky and demand that they stop because daddy's home. That's right. That's how it's going to happen. Powell says, Trump heart. Hey, pal, welcome. Hello. Amanda says, hi, pal, welcome. Cosmo says, a reference to Joe calling Trump supporters garbage. Right on. And then Trump goes out and spends the day in a garbage truck with a garbage outfit on. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Amanda says, LOL, I guess I'm garbage. That's all right. I can dig it. Shawnee Gothic, welcome back. It's weird, man. I think the politicians never listen, no matter who people vote for. I think you've got a point there, Shawnee. Things happen like that a lot in politics. The one reason that we're so on board with Trump and it seems like we're in a cult, we're not. I mean, we've been doing this for a long time. I've been through many presidents. I'm sure there's people here who've been through more than me, but a lot of them have seen it come and seen it come and seen it come. Donald Trump ain't like those guys. He says what's on his mind. He has no filter, and that is refreshing because I know who that guy is I'm looking at. I know what he's thinking. He's not lying to me. He might be wrong, but he's not lying to me. He thinks what he thinks, and I can see it, right? That's why people are so attracted to Trump, in a nutshell. I mean, there's other reasons, but that's the biggest one, because you recognize who you're looking at. Unlike Kamala Harris, who looks like a chameleon lizard and turns colors every time you look at her in a different light. I don't like that at all. How do you say you're going to screw me over without saying you're going to screw me over? Kamala Harris picture, right? Chemtrail says, I made a 5-pound turkey breast tonight for a sick neighbor. That's beautiful. Thank you for that. She started crying because she is so sick and no one is helping her. God bless her. Yes, God bless her, Chemtrail. Thank you for being there for her. Everybody needs somebody. So if you know somebody who's in dire straits, reach out. They need you. Amanda says, hi, Shawnee. Welcome back. Michael Overfield says, good to see you, Jake. Good to see you, buddy. Glad you're here. Mr. P says, Dana, much love. Heart. Working, so not exactly hands-free. I got you, buddy. And Dana says, a heart for Jake. Heart exclamation point. Thank you. I feel so much better now. I was feeling left out, but thank you. Means a lot. I love you too. Mr. P says, LOL. Michael says, nothing is impossible, Dana. Right on. Put your mind to it. You can do anything. Dalton says, should Trump declare war on the cartels? No. You know why? Because that's in Mexico. And we should just kick them out and let them stay in their own country. Remember, remain in Mexico? I think they should take that literally. Stay in Mexico. Stay in Canada. Stay in the Ukraine. Stay in Israel. Let's just work on fixing this for a while. I'm not saying not ever let them back. I'm just saying calm down. We got to fix home base. Then we can worry about everybody else's problems. It's not my problem. I don't care what they do. If their government allows it, let them do it. The only reason that Trump should declare war on the cartels is if they declared war on us first, and then we should stomp their tails into the nothingness. which is what we should do with everything. Never start the fight. Never take over a place. We just be the strong people because we're strong. That's it. Walter says, I expect an escalation of Ukraine and Israel versus Iran before Trump takes office, so Trump's agenda gets derailed to protect the deep state. I don't doubt that a bit, Walter. That's very highly probable. And Dana says, hello, dear Mr. P. Heart exclamation point and clap your hands. Working his little tail off. But you're making that money, though, ain't you, John? Amy says, have a great night, all. Hungry horses. I hear you. You should feed them a steak. They get a kick out of it. Michael, I'm sorry. That was bad. Bad joke. Sorry. Forget I said anything. Michael says, and there is con in the word Congress, too, Jake. Yes. Yes, there is. Dana says, Michael, what's on your mind specifically about the impossibility? Yeah, tell us, Michael. Walter says, good night, Amy. Feed them or chase them when they get loose. Right on. Angela Ashkins. Hey, you all. So sorry I'm late. Well, I'm glad you're here, Angela. We've been talking about politics. It's a politics night. And I'm ecstatic. Patty says, shapeshifter. Yep, that's who Kamala Harris is, a shapeshifter. Linda says, John Smith, leave his French tickler alone. You go, baby. You tell him how it is. Although this is 100% American. But it does tickle. Amanda says, good night, Amy, and hi, Angela. And Angela says, hi, Amanda. And Walter says, hi, Angela. And Amanda says, the 300 is the comment I deleted. Got it. So you misspoke. You got to check your facts. Don't let my fact checker get you now. It's fake news. It's me says, okay, the world is a stage. It's about money. True. Very true. It's not just money. It's about whatever they're trying to achieve, whatever progress. Sometimes it's in the opposition to money. Sometimes they'll waste money just to get a thing done. It's kind of scary, actually. But yes, money makes the world go round. Make no mistake about it. Michael says, that's good. I'm glad you're feeling better. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. I was getting rough there for a little while, but I'm back. I'm back, and I'm pissed off. I'm going to put swinging doors in my house so I can walk in and go, yeah, I'm back, and I'm pissed off. I'm going to get some of those jangly things and put them on my tennis shoes. Walk with a swagger. You know how it is. Tip my hat down low. Drink some rot gut straight from the bar. Take the bottle. I'm mad. I'm on fire. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I've lost the thread. What are we talking about? Oh, right. Kim Trail says Trump, who says 2024 will be his last campaign, has held, by his own count, more than 900 rallies since announcing his bid for the White House in 2015. Now that I believe. 900 in the whole time? Yeah, I believe that. That's a good... That guy works. I don't know how he does it. He must not sleep very much is all I can figure. Or have no trouble with jet lag. One or the other. It's me says, hey, Amanda. Angela says, hi, Walter. It's me. Walter Davis says, hi, it's me. And the Oval Man. Welcome. He says Sonic the Hedgehog would be a better president. Really? I doubt it. Sonic the Hedgehog doesn't exist. So how would that work? Amanda says, hi, Oval Man. I like the name, by the way. Oval Man. It's kind of weird. I bet one time you were an Oval team. Anybody over the age of 30 got that joke. Chemtrail says, good. Shut the border and stop chemtrailing us. Amen. The Old Man says, we need a president who gets things fast. Who other than Donald Trump can get things as fast as Donald Trump can get them? Nobody. You got the guy. Believe me. You just don't know it because you're surrounded by morons. It's Me says, hey, Walter. And Walter says, upon taking office, Trump can order the army to the border and then ask Congress for an act of war. Shut down in 2 minutes. He could do that. I think he's probably going to do it with a executive order because he seems to value the Constitution and he understands the army isn't supposed to operate in America, but we'll see. Patty says, sometimes when I take my gummies, Jake, your voice started sounding like Johnny Carson, and I look at the phone, and there you are. Why, thank you very much. Can I have some of those gummies? I'd like to sound like Johnny Carson to myself, if you know what I'm saying. I like Johnny Carson. I miss that guy. The world lost something big when they lost Johnny Carson, for sure. And the Oval Man says, I built a tower made of plastic bottles. All right. Way to be an overachiever. George Norrie, says Walter, was the host of Coast to Coast overnight radio. Oh, I got you. That's like that guy. Who's that guy with the glasses? You know, always talks about conspiracies. Bell. Do you know what I'm talking about? I think he's on the Coast to Coast thing too. Radio station. Art Bell. I think that's his name. Anyway, I get what you're saying. Amanda says, LOL, Patty. Kim Trail says, did you see the dynamic robot dog guarding Mar-a-Lago now? I did not. I would like to see that, though. Is that the little dog that they used to show on the Science Channel all the time that they could kick around and it would find its legging? That's interesting. Dynamic robot. Scary. Walter Davis says, hi, Oval. It's Me says Elon Musk can't ever be president. He's not born here. Right. He cannot be president. He's not going to try to be president. He's not an American citizen. Or he wasn't born in America. But then again, some would say there are people that have already been president that weren't born in America. Can you? But I don't know. I think it's against the Constitution either way you look at it. Hang on, my chat jumped. All right, I found it. Walter Davis, I read that one. Linda says, Oval Man, I sure am hoping Trump can get things done fast. It's getting hard to support a family. Right on, Linda. Right on. I'm liking the idea of the no taxes on tips. By the way, super chats are available in the chat box if you guys want to show a little love. I appreciate that. Also, you can cash at me at $JakeJohnsonBand or PayPal me at paypal.me/JakeJohnsonBand. I appreciate that very much. Oval Man says, I had enough of these wars. They make me sad and mad. I want a soda. I hear you, brother. Me too. Michael says, oh, I don't know what they are called. I don't know. The robot thingies? Is that what you're talking about? The Oval Man says, I hope Trump stops these sad wars. I think he will, Oval Man. I think he will. Dana says, Trump also needs to deal with the Mexican president about securing their borders with Guatemala and Belize because the illegal migrants come through those channels. True. And I think they had a thing in place, was called Remain in Mexico. I think that they had it worked out to where if anybody did cross that border, they had to stay in Mexico, and that would put pressure on the Mexican government to push them out back to where they came from down there. But they got rid of that as soon as Joe Biden took office. But it was working. I think you're absolutely right about that. Walter says, Oval, he did in his first term, and I'm sure he will in his second term, too. Shawnee Gotham says, smiley, smiley, Amanda. Oh. The Oval Man says, Trump is a magician, and a magician never tells his secrets. His hands are too small to be a magician. It just wouldn't work. Oh, you can see the card. What it is, I can't read your messages if you retract them. The Oval Man says, tea tastes better than rice. Tea tastes better than rice. They're both Chinese. What are you getting at? Cosmo says Trump's first term was a learning experience. He knows and understands a lot more now. This is true, and it's evidenced by the people he's picking to be around him this time. He has learned that it isn't what the laissez-faire says it is, that when you get to Washington, things work a little differently than you thought they did when you were on the outside of Washington. And now he knows. Now he knows who you can't trust, and that's all of them. Where did Trump even get a dumpster truck, says the Oval Man? He probably had it fabricated out of gold just because he can. Who knows? I would imagine some trucking company gave it to him as a gift. Here, just let us drive you around town. We'll get all the business from it. It was impressive, though. After Joe Biden calling his supporters garbage people, then he shows up in a garbage truck. I'll be their leader. That's fine. I support the common man, says Trump. They can't do that. They look retarded when they try. And yes, I use the word retarded as in to slow down. Get a dictionary. The Old Man says, oh, I read that one. Angela says, I always say I'm all trash, no trailer. I like that. I want a shirt that says indigenous white trash. That's what I want. The Oval Man says, I've seen the creator of our universe. You've been hitting that peyote, Oval Man? Because last I checked, many people that do that have seen the creator. Or thought they did anyway. Walter Davis says, I got friends in low places. I miss the ones who died. Aw. I do too, Walter. That's a beautiful thing to say. Angela says, and because they know Trump cannot be bought. Correct. They've tried. He wouldn't even take money to be president. I don't know if you guys know that or not. He didn't get paid. You know, the president makes a salary, right? It's not much. It's like $144,000 a year or something like that. It's not much. It's less than a doctor makes. But he donated his paycheck to the government every time he got one. I think they pay him on the quarter system, something like that. And he didn't take one penny to be president. He's the only president that didn't, by the way. Wonder how come nobody talks about that. Because it's true. Look it up. Dana says, the conflict in the Ukraine will end on Putin's terms. Probably. He is the aggressor and the bigger of the two. I say Donald Trump probably has some deals working with both of those guys that was in place when he was president. And I say that he's probably got a good handle on what's actually going on there because, to be sure, the world is not hearing the full story. That was obvious from the beginning. We were hearing things that just wasn't even happening, and then there were things that were happening we never heard about. And so I'm guessing that Trump has a little bit of dirt on both of them and can stop them in their tracks by making a deal for both of them. Now, how that works, I don't know, but that's my guess. What it is says, Ching Chow Pang, 3 China men sitting on a fence trying to figure out how to make $1 out of 15 cents. Ching Chow Pang. I hear you. I like it. Walter says, Oval, pictures from the Hubble, question mark. Michael says, a Kamala Harris picture. Right. Isme says, no one can stop the New World Order except the return of Jesus. I agree with that. The Oval Man says, Walter, I ate the Hubble. Oval, I think you're trolling a little bit, buddy. You got anything, valuable to say? Hello from Switzerland, says Scott Shipley. Hello, Switzerland. Welcome to the show. Nice to see you. Shawnee Gothic says, I learn a lot from you shows. Man, what were you like when you were a teenager? Oh, I was vicious. I was a headbanger. Well, I still kind of am. But I did the slashed up jeans and all that, and I was out rocking and rolling and slaying. That's what I did. I was a rebel-rousing teenager. And I also worked full-time, so I was, sunburnt and muscular. Had a great mustache. Those were the days. Amanda said, hi, Scott. Welcome. Michael says, Dana, what I think about that is Philippines 4:13. Philippians Not the Philippines. Philippians. Hey, Peggy Riley, thanks for subscribing. Welcome to the show. Come on in, take your shoes off. We're going to have a good time tonight. Amanda says, Shawnee, he was a wild man. I was a wild man. Walter says, Dana, the Ukraine will end in Ukraine not joining NATO or joining the UE. I agree with that, too. Chemtrail says, if they murder Trump and JD, who may be a plant by the deep state, steps in as president. How do you feel about this, Jake? Well, I try very hard not to live in hypotheticals because anything could happen. And you just try to deal with the every day as it comes. But if they were to do that, there's a line of succession. I would imagine Speaker of House would be next, would be president. So whomever the Speaker of House is, if both the president and vice president were killed, I think the Speaker of the House comes president. I think she's 3 in line. I might be wrong about that. Somebody correct me on that if I'm wrong. I mean, how I really think about it is there's always more than one way to skin a cat besides ugling him to death. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to get out the honey and vinegar. I don't know what that means, but my granny told me that one time, and I believed her. Michael says, I mean Anna. Anna? You mean Dana? Dana. Or do you mean Anna? I don't know what you're talking about, Michael. Cosmo says, I'm going to leave y'all with this. And then I'm gone. Jesus is my savior and Trump is my president. Amen, brother. And thank you for being here, Cosmo. And thank you for bringing that article to my attention. It was a great conversation starter. Appreciate you. Amanda says, good night, Cosmo. Chemtrail says JFK was murdered for many reasons. One is because he was going to establish NERSA. That ain't right. Nasera Gassera, I don't know what that is. And Trump was pushing the same narrative today. This is scary. I don't know what those 2 words mean. I didn't get into the JFK thing a lot. But I would assume you mean he was going to do away with the Fed. I think that's one of the things he was planning on doing. The Federal Reserve, I mean. Amanda says, LOL, I just typed too many O's. Right on. It happens. Oh. Chemtrail says, Trump is going to hold a year-long World Fair in Iowa next year, and that's scary, too, because of the concept of reset. I know what you're talking about. I don't know that I subscribe to that theory, but I'm open to any idea if it has legs. I'm very skeptical, though. I'll tear it apart in seconds if it doesn't hold water. But if it does hold water, I'll follow that rabbit hole. I've done it many times. I used to believe the world was flat. And as far as I'm concerned, it is. But it's not. Maureen says, I love y'all, but I can't breathe. So I'm going to try to lay down. God bless. Maureen, please breathe. I'm sorry that you're having trouble. But get your oxygen or whatever you got, your little, whatever you call that thing, and get back to feeling good. We want you good and strong and full of breath so that you can argue with me all night. So I hope you feel better, and we'll see you next time. God bless you. Michael says, you are hilarious. Well, of course I am. Don't be ridiculous. Thank you. I appreciate that. O says, the world is nuked about money. It's about power. Power is about money. So the world is about money. You just talked yourself into a circle, O. Well, your name is O, so you just go in circles, right? Amanda says, good night, Maureen. Feel better. Cosmo says, breaking news. Trump wins Arizona to sweep swing states and secure 312 total electoral votes. Whoa. Yeah. That's all the swing states, by the way. He wins. Dana says, Michael Overfield, the Philippians 4:13 is personal singular. Right on. Maureen says, jangly things. Do you mean spurs? Yes, spurs. That's what I was trying to think of. Now you getting the picture now? Shawnee says, okay, cool, Amanda. Maureen says, thanks, Amanda. Chemtrail says, Ovaltine. LOL. Good one, Jake. Somebody got it. Yes. I'm not completely out of my skis. It's Me says, I ain't drank alcohol in a long time, but I would go for a bottle of Chardonnay. Very nice. Logan Tanner, welcome to the show. He says, how much to double-side tape the mustache, clip it, and mail it to me so I can put it on my Tom Selleck poster? I would give it to you today for a $100 bill. You put it in my Cash App and I'll mail it to you. Yes, I will sell my mustache, and it is quite nice. Tom Selleck wishes he had this mustache, by the way. Thank you, Logan. Amanda says, hi, Logan, welcome. Chemtrail says, the Army can't operate in the U.S. What? They're not supposed to. All military is supposed to operate outside of the U.S. to protect the U.S. It isn't supposed to operate upon its own citizens. In a military capacity, I mean, i.e. tanks going down the road and stuff like that. Like what happened at Waco. That's not supposed to happen. Walter says, hi-oh, the world isn't about money and the human condition is about conflict within itself. So, to rectify the condition, you have to forget about money. Correct. Chemtrail says, I love George Rory, whatever his name is. Chat jumped. Hang on. Where are you at? Art Bell. That's right. Art Bell is the guy I was thinking of. Michael says, neither was Obama. He wasn't born here. That was kind of my point. Yep. Angela says, I will never believe Obama was born in the U.S. of A. Neither was the nurse that disappeared in Hawaii, who could corroborate that story. Christine Marshall, long time no see, buddy. How you doing? Hey, y'all. Good to see you with your J-tag sticking out all yellow like. It's nice. Glad to have you here, Christine. Chemtrail War says the Chinese have a PD in New York City. Really? What is a PD? Public domain? Post-democracy? Poor dictation? Panda domination? What are we talking about? Amanda says, hi, Christine. This Me says Ukraine troops are fighting Korean troops now, too. That doesn't surprise me. They've been trying to get North Korea into a fight since the Clintons. Michael says, bye. Talk later. Bye. Talk later. Good to see you, Michael. Amanda says, see you, Michael. And Walter Davis says, Michael, I saw the 60 Minutes interview when Obama came out that he wasn't a Republican and he wasn't born here. It was right after he won the Illinois Senate seat as a Republican with 6 votes. There you go. His grandmother in Kenya thinks he was born there. So, I don't know. I'm not part of that conspiracy. I don't care. It has already happened anyway. Ain't a lot I can do about it. Chemtrail War says, so, the Army can't uphold the Constitution to fight enemies, foreign and domestic? Yes. That's enemies, foreign and domestic. That's not domestic people domestically. You can't fight Americans with the American Army, according to the Constitution. You can fight enemies, foreign and domestic. And by the way, that foreign and domestic doesn't come from the military's thing. It comes from the White House's thing. Like CIA and stuff like that. Linda Davis says the garbage trucks here in Tamaqua had a support Trump sign on them. Awesome. Go Tamaqua. Walter says, chemtrail, they can fight an insurrection like the Civil War, but can't be ordered by the president to quell a riot. Right. Christine says, I'm excited for the world affairs of all 50 states. Then, intelligence pause of the 3-letter agencies for 7 years. Yeah, all that sounds great. I don't know if any of it's going to happen, but it sounds fantastic. Think about, Angela says, they made him take $1. Presidents also get paid after they are no longer president until they pass away. Well, he may have taken the $1, but he didn't take the paycheck. He donated it. I was there I was watching when he did it. Every time he donated his check to them, like to different departments. It's kind of interesting. He might have taken $1 though. Who knows? Kim Trail says, wars and rumors of wars. Right on. It's all in the Bible. Come see me tomorrow night. We'll talk about that. Maureen says, and Trump is the only president who lost money while in office. Correct. He's the only one that didn't capitalize on being president and come out millions and millions ahead. Michael Collins, welcome to the show. He says the incoming administration will be very environmentally progressive, but they won't describe it that way. Rather, they'll say it's an investment opportunity because that's what it is. Right on. Christine Marshall says the 2025 year-long celebration started Labor Day. Awesome. Dana says, I think it's a bad mistake when U.S. president is elected that he becomes president 2.5 months later because the current administration can and will do a lot of damage before they leave, before they lose their jobs. Very dangerous situation. I agree with that, Dana. I think that's bad for them all the way around. They should leave immediately when the election's over. I think you're right about that. Because they can put in, like, time bombs that can blow up in Trump's face when he ain't expecting it. And they're not above doing that sort of thing. So you're absolutely right about that. Amanda says, hi, Michael Collins. Welcome. Walter Davis says, Congress had to declare war for the military to move. Governors can call out the National Guard. Right. Well, the National Guard and the Army are not the same thing. They're not the same branch of military. So the National Guard was designed so they could fight or operate inside of the U.S. That's the National Guard. The Army isn't supposed to be able to do that unless something drastic is happening. Kim Trail says, I wonder what job Kamala will inherit now. Right on. Kamala. I don't know. I doubt we've seen the last of her, though, cackling as she does. Dana says, the NATO is the aggressor, Jake. I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. In fact, I made that observation when it was happening, when Hillary Clinton started making fun of Putin and pushing, saying things that were directly derogatory in his direction. I thought even back then, when she was running for president, they were trying to start a war with Russia. It felt like it. It felt like they were pushing his buttons for no reason. That guy didn't do anything. He doesn't even know us. And here we are talking trash about him all the time on all the TV channels. That would make me mad. So I thought even then we'd be eventually in war with Russia, and here we are. So I don't doubt for 1 second that NATO is the aggressor in that situation. Linda Davis says, true, Dana. That is one of my concerns. I think NATO is useless. I think they should get rid of that because it hasn't served us. The Soviet Union doesn't exist anymore. So it's not necessary. It's just a thing that we have more power. We don't need more power. We need less power. Christine says, yeah, you can already tell that the Democrats, are trying to send the last $4 billion to Ukraine ahead of Trump so they can fight the war. Right? Trump's going to be like, yeah, we're not doing that. Danny says, Linda Davis, thumbs up. What it is says, work, not woke, dummy. Get up and go to work. Right on. That's right. You got to go to work early. Be there early, leave late. You'll achieve. And get married. Make babies. Trust me, that's what makes the world go round. You got to make life with your penis. That's what it's for. Christine says, how about that Polish fighting force, the European Union juggernaut? I don't know anything about that. What about it? Who are they and where do they come from? I'm guessing Poland. Angela says, hello, Maureen. It's me, Angela. Only one? What's the other eye? Is the other one the devil eye? You got an angel eye and a devil eye? I do too. Patty says, sometimes as parents, you do more than you should for your children. Hunter may have placed his father in a difficult situation. I agree with that. I do agree with that. I also agree with the fact that it's possible that Hunter is rebelling against his father because of the wicked relationship that they have with one another. Could be that too. He probably hates his dad. I noticed that Joe Biden ain't trying to, pardon him out of jail. I don't know what that's all about. Shawnee Gotham says, what's the best movie you have ever seen? Spaceballs. Next. No, there's a lot of great movies. I would not be able to pin down the best one I've ever seen. There's been some great ones in the 80s. I've seen some wonderful movies. I've seen some total garbage, too. Patty says, Burisma. Right on. Joe Biden. Hunter Biden, sorry. Walter says, Dana, Trump would be wise to pull America out of NATO. It would insulate us from European wars and end the Ukraine war. And Maureen says, yes, the Speaker of the House is the third in line for succession. All right, so I did get that right. Okay. Thank you, Maureen. It's Me says, I went to vote. I met a woman in line, offered her my number for coffee, and she took it, but never called. Oh, well, it's me. The reason for that is because women are looking for a man that's assertive, and you should have asked for her number, and if she gave it to you, you should have called her. Women don't want to have to work for the man. It's the other way around. Better luck next time, though. Dana says, Walter Davis, exactly. I agree 100%. I think they should dismantle NATO also. Amanda says, you are correct, Jake. The Speaker becomes president after the president and vice president are no longer in office. Something happens to them. We don't want to think like that, though. We don't want any of that happening. We want our presidents and vice presidents and speakers of houses to be safe and effective and little and yellow and rare. Whatever else we can do with them. Something. Wait, what? Michael says, if anyone has ever seen Trump on a left-leaning talk show, well, he's a ham. Very funny and entertaining. Yes, he is. He's very funny. Hamid Saus says, hello, German man. I'm not German, but hello. Welcome to you. Welcome to the show. Back to you. Hamdi Saus? Is that how you say that? Hamdi Saus. George Erickson, JFK never tried to get rid of the Fed. If anything, he made the Fed more powerful. Well, you don't know what you're talking about, but okay. Hamdi says, hello. America says, hi, Hamdi. Welcome. And Walter Davis says, Patty, Joe wasn't a father, and Hunter was a jerk since we were kids. I hear you. I think Walter knew Hunter Biden. I'm not sure about that. Amanda says, hi, George, welcome. Hamdi says, thank you. Thank you. Whatever your welcome is. Kim Trail says, during Trump's thank you speech, did you guys see how tall Barron was over everyone? LOL, that kid is huge. Yes, he's a giant. He's a literal, mythical, biblical beast. I don't know where he got his DNA, but he got a lot of it. Trump ain't short either, by the way. Amanda says, smash that like button, everybody. Jake's working his tail off for your entertainment. Hit it, hit it, hit it. And super chats are available in the chat box if you want to show a little love. I'm working hard for you. It's worth it. Hamdi says, thanks, Amanda. Yes, thanks, Amanda. Great observation, Hamdi. Trivia question. What's the official language of the U.S.? Answer, English. Why is that a trivial question? Maureen says, extreme asthma with a lung infection. Ooh, that sucks, Maureen. I hope you get better. It's Me says, Trump doesn't give Illuminati hand signs at meetings for nothing. Uh-oh. I don't think Trump has any control over what his hands does other than this. That's not an Illuminati thing. That's a Donald Trump thing. He also doesn't raise his elbows. You ever notice that? It's kind of weird. The only one is which could be interpreted more than one way if you really look at it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I don't think he's in the Illuminati, is what I'm saying. Angela says, what about the House? Have we taken the House yet? Yeah, I was asking that earlier. I'm not sure. I think we have, but I've heard a few people refer to it as we've got the House and the Senate, but I don't know if they've actually counted the votes yet or not. I think we're still waiting to hear. But if anybody knows, please put it in the chat because we all want to know. We have inquiring minds, and we want to know. Have you seen Bat Boy? What? God, this guy's old. Just a swinging. Right on. Dana says, Walter Davis, my agreement with your opinion refers to the Ukraine's insane NATO entanglement. Mm-hmm. George Erickson says, there is no official language in the U.S. Trick question. Well, you're wrong. I live here, and we speak English. Have been since I was a child. Trust me. It's the official language. All the street signs are written in English. We don't have double street signs. So, you know, English. It's also the official language for most of the continents, or most of the countries in the world, by the way, English, because it's easy to learn and everybody speaks it. Hamdi says, George, you cheated. I don't know how he cheated. Not nice, Mr. Scandinavia. What, the trick question? No, it's just incorrect, that's all. A lot of people speak English, especially the English. We don't speak very well English, by the way, over here in America. We actually speak a bastardized version of English. It's actually not English. It's actually American we speak, because English is a little bit proper, and I can't do it very well. Christine Marshall says, did Trump win the popular vote and the Electoral College? This is the will of the American people in a landslide. The American people want this plan, so he is voicing it. Correct. Yes, he did. He won the popular vote and the Electoral College, and he won all the swing states. He got it. He's down. Wow. Boy, this chat's popping tonight. Why is Linda Davis and Walter Davis not in the moderator crew? That's a good question. I don't know. Would you like to be? I would certainly grant that. George Erickson said, I knew the answer. And Hamdi says, dolphin? Pac-Man? Choking Pac-Man. It's blue. Angela says, I've got spurs that jingle, jingle, jingle as I go riding merrily along. And to say, oh, ain't you glad you're single? And I forgot the last line of this song. Oh, that's nice. Kim Trail says, I see that it went viral. People wanting to know what was in the envelopes that were handed out at Bush Sr.'s funeral. And I'd like to know, what do you think it said, Jake? Probably you're next, buddy. I don't know. I have no idea. It's probably a thank you card or something like that. Walter Davis says, was Magnum P.I.'s mustache a stick? Was it a stick on, or did he really have one? Inquiring minds want to know. Well, he really had one. One of the most famous things about that guy, whose name is escaping me right now, is his big, big mustache. It'll come to me in a minute. What was his name? The guy said it a minute ago. I can't even think of it. Anyway, the guy is a great mustache. Tom Selleck. That's it. And yes, he did have a real mustache. That was not a stick-on. Linda Davis says, Angela, Linda Davis, Walter Davis, would you guys like to be moderators? Angela says, police department, question mark. I don't know what we're asking. Police department? Kim Trail says, yes, Angela. Walter Davis says, Dana, when the Soviet Union fell and the Warsaw Pact dissolved, NATO should have been dissolved. I agree. It's Me says Obama signed a law that the UN can use their peacekeeping troops within our borders. Well, that is unconstitutional. That's just another thing they do to try to subvert the Constitution continually. Linda Davis says, them's fighting words, Walter. Tom's the shit. That's right. Corey Johnson, deleted message by Amanda Banhammer. So apparently you can't say that in here, Corey. Sorry. And Dana asks why Walter and Linda are not moderators. Well, if they tell me they want to be, they will be. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. And Amanda says, Corey, take that crap elsewhere or I'll boot you, buddy. Corey says, okay, sorry. Thank you, Corey. Thank you for straightening up. Chemtrail says, I wrote a song about Obama. Can I send it to you? Can I send it to you with the notes and maybe you can do something with it? Walt always says you are a great guitarist. Well, thank you. Yes, you can. My email address is untetheredlivestream@gmail.com. Untetheredlivestream@gmail.com. It'll be in the chat in just a second. And just send it there, and I'll take a look at it, see what I can do for you. Dana says, Walter Davis, yes. And Amanda says, Corey, say what you like, but be respectful, please. Right on. You can have any opinion you want. Just don't present it like an asshole. There's a lot of ladies in here, and we don't want to offend everybody's sensibilities. We're having good conversations here. It doesn't matter if we agree. What matters is that we respect one another. It's a good place to be. You'd like it here if you give it a chance. Walter says, hi, Corey. See? Already somebody being nice to you. Angela says, yes. He donated it to many different places. Yep, his paycheck. Yeah, several different places. Amanda says, dude, really, Corey? That shit ain't going to make it past me. Grow up. Trevor Cummins, I agree. Hey, Trevor, welcome to the show. Christine says, I totally agree with that also, Dana. Dana is on point, let me tell you guys. She knows her stuff. I just pretend to know stuff. She actually knows it, like book smarts. Walter says, Dana, I don't want another wrench. I have lots of wrenches. I want a blowtorch. Well, if I could give you a blowtorch, I would, buddy, but I don't swing that way. You know what I'm saying? I know somebody who does, though. But it ain't going to be me. Oh, you're talking about something else. Never mind. Forget what I said. And Corey says, sorry, I just wasn't sure if it was normal. Not here, buddy. And Amanda says, hi, Trevor, welcome. And Amanda says, do that shit again, and I'll ban you. Corey says, I like this channel. I won't mess it up again. Good deal, Corey. Welcome. Trevor says, Trump provided a plan. Harris evaded questions. Yes, she is the master at word salad, talking forever and saying absolutely nothing. Master at it. I don't know how she got that good at saying nothing, but I don't think I've ever heard her make a point ever. Ever. I don't think she's ever said anything. I've been listening to her for a year now. I don't think I've ever heard her speak a sentence that made any sense. Have you? Anybody? Is it just me? Dana says, Walter Davis, in 1991, the U.S. promised to the Russians that they will not move an inch east of East Germany, and they lied and broke that promise. Yes, they did, and they did, starting with Clinton and moving on forward. And I'm going to tell you what, when they made that promise, they should have kept it, because Putin or his group, whoever was in charge at that time, they did not want to lose their only option to the sea, otherwise they're landlocked. If NATO takes over Ukraine, they are surrounded effectively by NATO countries. And they don't want that. They don't want that at all. They're willing to put up with the rest of the world doing their thing, but you're not taking this little strip from us that gets us to the ocean without being surrounded by NATO. And that's exactly what they did. And they've been pushing for it and pushing for it. I might have said Clinton. I meant Obama. Either way, it's not a good idea. And you're right about that. They should not have continued pushing in on Russia. Russia's a big country, and they're not a paper tiger. They have power. just because they don't choose to use it in that way is actually a good thing for us, because if they ever got mad, we would have a battle on our hands, a big one. It wouldn't be like fighting North Korea or Vietnam or anything like that. It'd be way worse. Amanda says, good, that was your final warning. Pow. Chemtrail says, Gog and Magog are at war right now. Probably. Christine says, many Washington, D.C. generals that are gathering unofficially to talk about what if Trump tells them to do something that's illegal, admitting to having backdoor discussions to not follow orders. Well, guess what? Those people should all be fired, because they're generals. Their only job, their only reason for existence, the reason they get paid is to do whatever the pleasure of the president is, regardless of how you believe. That's what it's supposed to mean to work in Washington, D.C. When you get a new president, you follow his lead. It doesn't matter what you believe. What matters is what he believes. He's the president. He was duly elected by the people. He's got the say. If they're doing that, they're actively saying out loud, we don't recognize a president. We run the country the way we see fit, and you don't get a say in it. And that's not a good place to be. I believe that's what started all wars. That very notion. Angela says, the National Guard is a state agency, not a federal agency. The governor of your state is basically the president of your state National Guard. Right. But the president can actually call on different states' National Guards to form them all into one, like Voltron. They come together in small parts and turn into a giant one. Yeah, they can do that. He can conscript them or deputize them or federalize them or however you want to call it. Christine says, but it's all talk and a bunch of bullshit. I wish they would try. Right on. George Erickson says, Dana, that was never a promise, first of all, and that statement was said during the reunification of Germany in 1989, not the dissolution of the Soviet Union. Mary Hughes says, I feel sorry for you. Well, you should. Why do you feel sorry for me? I have a great life. I'm loaded with love. I've got everything I could desire. Why would you feel sorry for me? I don't want you to feel sorry for me. Kim Cheryl says, what was the first thing God demanded Adam and Eve to do? Specifically Adam and Eve? I'd have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure it was, hey, don't touch that. The first thing God ever said to mankind, including Adam and Eve, was have lots of sex and fill up the earth. Amanda says, hi, Mary, welcome. Mary feels sorry for me, by the way. Walter says, Dana, true. And Russia was not part of the coalition of the willing when we went into Afghanistan and Iraq. We were good allies after the Cold War ended. Thank Obama and the neocons for wrecking that. Right on. Trevor Cummings says, I think Joe Biden actually voted Trump. I think you're probably right. That's funny. He did wear a Trump hat, and he knew it said Trump, and he kept it on for a while. Kim Trill says, Kamala, middle name is Devil, or Devi. It means goddess. I'm sure she runs with that. Her name is Kamala Devi Harris. It's almost spelled out. Walter says, chemtrail, go forth and multiply. Have sex, fill up the earth. That's exactly what he said. Linda Davis says, chemtrail, if I could have had more babies, I would have. Instead, God put me in a position to raise babies from mothers that could not. Well, see, Linda, that is the Lord working through you, and you are providing a service more valuable than motherhood because those mothers could not handle those babies. You can. That's a beautiful thing. I'm very proud of that you do that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Trevor Cummings says Joe probably pardoned Trump. An unpopular opinion, Trump pardoned Hunter. That's pretty interesting. That could happen. Except for one problem. They've suspended all of the things against Trump since he won the presidency because he didn't actually do anything wrong. They were just trying to, politicize something so that they could get him out of the running, but he won. So there's no reason to do that anymore. So you'll see all of that go away. Galactic Atoll Productions dismantle NATO. Do you think they should dismantle NATO? Yes, I do think that. Galactic, and welcome to the show. Amanda says, hi, Galactic, welcome. Chemtrail War says, yes, Walter. He told them to love, to multiply, to thick. All we need is love. No more wars. I agree with that, Chemtrail. All you need is love. Walter says, Christine, I'm sure Trump will dismiss them. Probably. And Christine says, thumbs up. It's me. By the way, God said to be fruitful and multiply. He did not say to thick, as you put it, to thicken, which is the real word that comes from, which means absolutely not what the other word means. But by the way, he said be fruitful and multiply. That means to have a family and present your seed to the world and make it grow and become something greater than yourself. You can only do that with commitment and love and honor. You cannot do that with one-night stands. So that is not what he's talking about. He's talking about making families. So just to clarify that little niche there, it's not really vulgar. It's actually quite beautiful. It's me says, okay, I'll try the aggressive approach for trying for her phone number. Got to keep looking low. Yeah, well, it's not aggressive to say, hey, if you strike up a conversation with someone, don't just go up and hit somebody with, hey, can I have your phone number? They're going to look at you like you're a creep. You got to weave in there. You got to schmooze in there. Have a conversation. Talk about something you like. Ask her about whatever's going on in the line. Talk. Be personable. Smile. Show her your mustache. I promise it works. And then, after the conversation, then say, hey, I really like talking to you. Think we could grab a cup of coffee or something? Maybe I could call you? Simple. She'll either hand you her phone number or she'll say no. Most likely she'll say, I got a boyfriend or some such. She'll introduce the boyfriend in the conversation some kind of way if she's not interested. If she never mentions the boyfriend, you got a green light to get the phone number. See how that works? Ladies, am I wrong? Okay. Chemtrail says, Linda, I was adopted. You are very special. Yes. If it's not painfully obvious, I think very highly of Walter and Linda and Dana. They're all very special people to me, and I love each one of them for various reasons, not just one. So anybody in this chat that sees those names, pay attention to what they say. They say things that have value. Galactic Atoll says no official language. Well, again, I live here, so I promise all the street signs, all the menus, all of the credits in movies, all the TV shows, they're all English. So if that's not official, I don't know what is. I think you're living some pipe dream made up from a woke school that you attended at some point in your life. Trevor says, that's a New York thing. Right on. Linda says, Chemtrail, then you're special because you were chosen to be loved by someone that didn't have to. Right. Chemtrail says, oh, thanks, Linda. Walter says, Trevor, Trump already said he has no intentions of prosecuting anyone. He thinks it's a bad example for the country to go forward. He thinks it's a bad example for the country. We should just go forward. Right. My understanding is sweeping red, says Trevor. The House. I think they're probably going to walk away with the whole kit and caboodle. That's what my guess is. And Walter says, Galactic, yes, in the early 90s. Trevor says, Walter, I understand he could have easily gotten Clinton. It's me says, the militia tried to kidnap Michigan governor and put her on trial for treason in 2020. Well, the way I understand it is that she had herself kidnapped by her own people so that she could feign victimhood. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not a member of that Michigan way of thinking. So I don't know what actually happened, but that's the story that I got anyway. Funny she's still walking around all not kidnapped and all. I don't know. You tell me. I've got to speed up. This chat's getting away from me. I'm about to have to call it a night. It's already 11 o'clock. I was so close to the bottom. I'll keep going, though. I'll hammer right on along. Christine says Trump's recent statement said so many people are getting prosecuted, and he stated exactly who. So go watch it. Ooh. Chemtrail says, will Trump enrich the Space Force he developed? I think probably so. I think there's some things to be done in space. Linda says, I will choose all my children above all others and be there for them till my last breath. They all know they can count on me, whether they are my blood or not. Well, that is motherhood. It has nothing to do with blood. You can spread your ideas through the world just like that. You don't have to be a blood donor, as it were. Family is more important than blood anyway. Trevor says Trump was close taking Illinois. Christine says Elon Musk has become the global security juggernaut because of his signal and because of his data. He is the new CIA, FBI, DOD, and more. Maybe that would be better than what we got. At least he's free-minded. Chemtrail says, wow, Linda, that's so deep. No wonder Walter loves you dearly. See? At least for 7 years, says Christine Marshall. Elon will be that for at least 7 years, maybe. Amanda says, Tom Selleck, that was his name. Eat shit says, you said department right. All right, department, yes. Welcome, Eat Shit. Nice to see you. Weird choice of stage name, but go ahead. Kira says, Chemtrail says, Linda, one day we will sit down and talk. You will be shocked by the stories I will tell you of my various mothers I've had. Wow. Amanda says, hi, Eat Shit, welcome. And Amanda says, here's that email address to get with Jake, UntetheredLivestream@gmail.com. Check it out if you want to send me that song. I'll look it over. Walter says, ho, Eat Shit. It's me says, getting tired, Jake. Y'all have a great chat. Thank you, it's me. I'm getting tired too, but that's all right. I'm going to keep rocking. Amanda says, good night, it's me. And Linda Davis says, Chemtrail, I still have old foster kids coming home to see me and even their mothers coming to see me to continue to be their children's lives. Aw, that's awesome. Walter says, a good hot wrench is always a good thing. If you want one, I'll give it to you, brother. All you got to do is say yes. I'll give it to you. You definitely deserve it. You've been here long enough. And I trust you guys implicitly, so. Mi casa es su casa. Chemtrail says, that's amazing, Linda. A good hot wrench. Liren says, you look like the type of person to explain on why Trump failed the economy in random videos under the channel of Fox News that lasts 7 minutes, except for one problem. Trump is the only one that helped the economy. Everyone else failed the economy. So, you're wrong, but thanks. And I don't work at Fox News. I made $10 tonight. So, I'm doing this for the love of the game, not because I'm making any money. Walter says, Stalin made Ukraine its own state after WW2. True. But thanks for your observation, Lyran. You look like the type of person that will walk into a good conversation and interrupt it with some nonsense garbage that you just made up to make yourself feel self-important. How are we doing? Amanda says, hi, Lyran, welcome. And Dana says, Amanda, can you show us your face on the camera with Jake? We would like to see you together, sweetheart. This is a one-face camera. Oh, Linda Davis I'm sorry, Dana hit me with a $50 super chat. Good gracious. All right, come here. You don't want to come here? I guess that's the answer. It's not my doing, it's hers. I would definitely show it to you, but, you know, some things have to be anonymical. Private. I do it, though, so don't think I didn't try. Amanda says, LOL, I don't know, Dana. It's Jake's show, and I don't like cameras. Maybe soon. And Linda says, yes, Dana, I would love to see my sister in Christ. And Dana says, okay, Amanda, we are a patient crew here. Thank you for the super chat, Dana. God bless you, and I appreciate you very much. You are a glow in the world, honey. Amanda says, and I'm in my pajamas, LOL. Yeah. See, I got a nice shirt on. She's in her pajamas. Christine says, yep, we would love to see you because we love you. Aw. Amanda says, thanks, y'all. You guys are the best. Heart exclamation point. Linda Davis says, Amanda, I'm hoping to meet both of you in person soon. Me too. That would be nice. We'd have a great time. Walter says, we should go back to the Confederalist papers and scrap the Constitution. Well, that's strong words, but I can see why you think that. Amanda says, me too, Linda. One of us will make the trip sooner or later. I know 16 hours was way too much for me. LOL. I was absolutely exhausted when I got here. Angela says, make babies. That's right. Make babies. Make lots and lots of babies and have fun doing it. Dana says, and George Erickson, you are absolutely wrong. You heard it from the horse's mouth. Christine says, I believe Gog was a person and Magog was a place. Could be. I think they were both people, but could be. Linda says, I know what you mean, Amanda. I think you're about 10 hours for me. At least 7. It might be 10. I looked it up on a map. But, you know, things change depending on how fast you're going or when you can stop and that sort of thing. So, Amanda says, about that, Linda, it took forever to get here. It was definitely a long trip, but it was totally worth it. Oh, thank you. Mr. P says, do you think if Joe Biden farts a little bit of bone dust comes out? Ugh, that's gross. Probably. Linda says, I'm sure it was, Amanda. I am so grateful God has put you where you need to be. And Amanda says, the next thing to do is get a truck, and then Jake and I want to go to Georgia and see the Enterprise Star Trek exhibit. Oh, that's down the road. We got other things to worry about. But yeah, that would be fun. Earl Martin says, what show is this? What's it about? Well, tonight is about politics. So we're talking about whatever's happening in the world. Earl, you can talk about whatever you like to talk about. We'll follow you right on down that rabbit hole. I have different nights for different things. Tomorrow night, for example, is Bible study. Tonight is political. Last night was entertaining. On and on and on. We go. Amanda says, me too, Linda. It's been a long time coming. And hi, Earl, welcome. And James gets deleted. James, you can't talk like that here, buddy. On Al Jazeera, says Walter, they said that Iran has been sending soldiers to commit terrorism, and they will stop when the border is closed, when they who are here will start committing terrorism. Well, that's terrifying. I don't want that at all. Sorry, my chat jumped again. Earl says, hello, Earl Martin. Good to see you. Amanda says, take your trolling elsewhere, James. Earl Martin says, oh, political. Go Trump. Right on. Get him, Earl. And Amanda says, It's whatever conversation comes up, really, Earl. Well, yeah, we start with politics, but we usually go in different directions. Earl Martin says, dang, truck driver here in the country is getting bad. Well, I'm glad that you're out there making our food get on time. So thank you, Earl. Thank you for being a truck driver. There ain't too many of you guys left, and they're trying to make everybody driverless. And we don't want that to happen. Keep your job secure. Make it where you can own your own truck and make some money. Amanda says, smash that like button, everybody. We got 25 for 25. That's pretty good. Space Force. Yes, Space Force. The only force that we've only heard about with a TV show. By the way, guys, 2,284 views tonight. That's fantastic. Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. Really. Walter says that kidnapping was 20-plus guys in the FBI and 2 guys that were patriots. 2 guys got arrested. Seems like a setup, right? That's what I heard. I heard that they got duped into doing the whole thing for some political gain. Feigning victimhood and all. Earl says it depends. Rerun. Right on. Eric the actor. Do you know Eric the Awful? The Ruthless and Courageous? Eric the Awful? Supposedly, there are 8 tapes being shopped to the media of the dastardly devilishly diddling, drugged and drunk divas in his debauched dungeon of desire. Nice alliteration, Eric the actor. A man after my own heart. I do that quite often myself. It takes talent and time to tabulate textured talking points. Walter Davis says, unlike the guy that shot up congressmen at a baseball practice for being a Republican. Right on? Yeah, let's not do any more of that stuff. Amanda says, hi, Eric the Awful. Welcome. I mean, the actor. I get you guys confused. It's the red hair. Amanda says, LOL, good hot wrench. Walter says, Earl, who you run for? And Dana hits me with a $50 super chat. God bless you, sweetie. Thank you very much. Chemtrail Warrior says, I write a lot. I wrote a song about voting. I also wrote a song about Hillary selling out our mineral rights and such selling out our mineral rights and such to Putin. This shit is for. Actually, she did do that. That was yellow cake uranium that she was selling to Russia from our reserves. She did do that. And she was doing that when her husband was in office. So, yeah, that happens. Chemtrail says, nice, Dana. Amanda says, woohoo, thanks, Dana. Christine says, Dana is awesome. Yes, she is. And Amanda says, Dana, we love you. Mystery heart. Walter says, I don't have a super chat icon. Chemtrail says, Walter, you are a super chat icon. That's funny. Linda Davis says, Jake, you know I can't super chat, but I will cash app you when I get my check. That's entirely up to you, honey. I'm not asking you to, but I appreciate that. If you want to, that's fine. I'll take it. I appreciate everything you guys do. Chemtrail says, I agree, Walter. Confederate papers. Yep. Well, chat's jumping like crazy right now. And thank you all very much for the support that you give. I work very hard, and I appreciate that you see that, and it means a lot to me, and that's why I keep coming back for more. And I thank every one of you that stick it out, because we're getting somewhere. This channel is growing, baby. Amanda says, Walter, it's the dollar bill next to the smiley face on the chat thingy. Chemtrail Warrior says, oops, Federalist papers I meant, not the Confederate papers. That's why I just kind of tripped over that, because that didn't sound right to me. Christine says, you have been working 2 jobs hard, but now I'm just back to one for a few months. So I'll be back around for a few months. So that's fantastic, Christine. I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you're going to stick around for a little while. We missed you, and thanks for being here. I work 2 jobs too, so I understand. Sometimes 3. Cheesus Crust says, hell of a mustache. Thank you, Cheesus. Appreciate Appreciate the praise, Jesus crust. Linda says, hi, Christine. Good to see you. We missed you. Christine says, hi. Nope, he said, aye. 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 Aye, Captain. Oh, that's a big critter. Get out of here. Shoo. Get out of there. I just got attacked. Did you see that? I was assaulted on camera by a gruesome thing. Chemtrail War says, no one with a wrench. I want to drop the video today off Trump and the year-long World Fair. Can you imagine the tech? All the shit his uncle took from Tesla will be introduced. You know, that's actually a good thought. But I was thinking about that when you first mentioned it. Back in the World Fair days, back in the 30s, that's what innovation came from. I mean, people were just innovating and inventing and coming up with all kinds of ideas, and the whole world changed because of it, starting with that World Fair. I'm sure it didn't start there, but it culminated there. It was a big catalyst for it. And I really think we benefit from having things like the X Games and you know, prizes, $1 million prizes to whoever can invent the first thing that does such and such. I really think those things are important because we haven't invented anything in like 35 years except a smaller phone. Think about that. Nothing is on the horizon of great technology to come. I really hope we can get that one squared away. So I'm excited for this World Fair too. Amanda says, hi, Jesus, welcome. Christine says, oh, thank you. You're awesome. Charles Mendele says, Donald Trump is of German origin. Does he eat his dogs with sauerkraut? He could, maybe. You are probably of German origin also. I'd look at your family tree thing, because a lot of people spawn from that part of the world. Kim says, I think the Dems are terribly quiet. Eerily quiet. What are they up to? I imagine they're going to do everything they can to pull out all the stops to destroy Donald Trump's last run as president, but hopefully he'll get past all that. Amanda says, hi, Charles, welcome. Like, subscribe, share, support, join, and super chats are available. Also, CashApp, $ Jake Johnson Band, and PayPal.me/Jake Johnson Band, says Amanda. Thank you for that. Walter Davis says, a weak federal government and a strong state is the way to go. I agree. Dana says, 100% Walter Davis. Yes. Walter Davis says, Charles, I doubt Trump eats hot dogs. Well, he eats McDonald's, so he might. That wouldn't surprise me. Christine says, yeah, the World Fair is going to usher in a new American lead renaissance. I hope so. I think it's time we get up on the high horse again. Hussein Ali says, I'm back and Muslim. I vote Trump. Go MAGA. All right, Muslims. Amanda says, hi, Hussein. Welcome. And hi, Malfunction. Welcome. Did I miss one? I must have missed one. Who's Malfunction? Oh, here we go. Do you think Trump won 2020? Clearly. I think there was some fuckery afoot, some chicanery, some hyperbole. I think that somebody was tomfoolerying around. There was some hijinks involved. That's all I'm saying. Kim Trail says, yes, I hope Trump gives us the med beds. No more doctors. No more overpriced hospitals. Use light to fix cellular construction. Interesting. Scary, but interesting. Christine says, all data based upon new data from this election suggests that 2020 was rigged. Ha! Well, I could have told you that in 2020. I didn't even need data. I could see it happen. I remember when the graph did that kind of thing. Yeah, it was screwy. Mr. P says, thank you, Dana. Heart. Yes, thank you. I love each and every one of you. I got to go to bed. I'm tired. It's 11:11, and that's time for me to quit. It's a good enumeration there. Malfunction says, what Trump policies are you most excited about him implementing? Drill, baby, drill. That's what I'm excited about because that makes prices go down for everybody. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow night for Bible study. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for your contributions to the conversation. It was fantastic. I enjoyed every minute of it. I can't wait to do it again. We'll see you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time right here, 8 p.m. for for Bible study on Sunday night. Have a great night. God bless each and every one of you. May his grace abound in your lives, and may his love light your footsteps every which way you go. And while you're out there going, be nice to somebody. I promise you, it'll help you out too. It'll change your life, actually. It'll make you a whole person. Just be nice. Watch it happen. Have a great night. Dana says, Mr. P, much love. And Amanda says, good night all. See you tomorrow night at 8, right here on Eastern Standard Time, Untethered Live Bible Study. Walter Davis says, good night and God bless, and thanks, Jake. I love you guys. See you tomorrow night. Thanks for watching.